All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, colors, and creeds. This is the Notorious Scoundrels Civil War II, and I am joined here tonight by three esteemed co-colleagues here. I got for you Zach Berry, goes by Thrawn. I've got Eric Reha, goes by Reha, and then I've also got Lucas Teknofobia and. What's up, gentlemen? Let's start with you, Thrawn. How's it going, man? You're here to watch your co-hosts fight. What are your thoughts on the matter?
Yeah, third wheel here. Nice to be here. It's going to be an interesting night. I'm going to not bash my co-casters because this is going to be an excellent game. I know someone on Facebook was like, "I hope the third Scoundrels did." I don't know if we're swearing tonight to S talk them.
Oh,
so yeah, you know,
PG-13. I think you can drop maybe an S bomb. I think you're allowed one F bomb.
You never know with me. You don't want to get me rolling. So because one sets me tumbling. But yeah, so it's gonna be all clean here tonight. I have the Switzerland flag behind me, like I did on the podcast the other day. I'm trying to play it neutral. Last time I picked Mike, and Mike threw some wacky bark list at Kyle, which made Kyle uncomfortable. We're at the point where both of them are playing comfortable lists, and I don't think comfortability is part of the plan tonight. I like Kyle's list, and I think being blue is big for him. Unfortunately, I think clones are still really strong, and Mike is probably going to pull this one out if turn 0 goes a certain way. We were discussing that pre-cast. There's certain things that Kyle has in his deck that could help him, I think, in the long run, specifically objectives, which we can talk to as we go through.
Oh, yeah, we are going to get to that.
We'll get to that after. So, yeah, I'm going to try and remain...
After introductions, yes.
I'm going to try and remain neutral. Anyways, I'm Zach. I'm Thrawn. I'm the third wheel. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know me by now. I'm a pretty loud voice as as it comes to that. But yeah, that's me. Start with the Jetta Journal with the Fifth Trooper. Now it's been a while now. This pandemic's made this 1 year feel like 10.
All right, so let's go over to he just muted himself. I don't know what happened there. Let's go over to you, Eric. That's awesome. So Eric, introduce yourself. You've been casting Legion, but you've also been casting Squadrons. Is that right?
It's very true. So yes, at least as R1H4. Yes. I'm that guy. Casting both Legion and now most recently Star Wars Squadrons is an official esport, both with Calrissian Cup, Operation Ace, and soon to be with Eckhart's Ladder tournament that's coming up here, the Twin Suns tournament. Right. So yeah, a lot of good stuff there for Squadrons.
That's a very high profile Star Wars Squadrons tournament. For those of you that are not familiar with Squadrons, it's a flight. I guess it's really a flight simulator game. It's an homage to the old '90s classics X-wing and TIE Fighter. It's sort of a modern take on it. Uses hands-on throttle and stick to control your ship. You can use also mouse and keyboard. You can switch power systems. It's a really, really awesome game. But R1, you got your start doing Legion casting, if I recall.
You're damn right, sir. And in fact, mostly on the Yavinbase.
Yes, on this very channel.
On this very channel. Yeah, no, it's good to be back casting some Legion with everybody. Had an opportunity to cast a few games this year. Whenever the I guess you could say dad responsibilities don't get in the way. But always good to be here, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Let's now move on to our last, but certainly not least, gentleman, Lucas. What's up, Lucas? Teknophobia. We know he's Teknophobia. Holding it down for the Empire till the last.
I had to do my best. I just run off salt, and so I was just fueling me to go as far as I could with Empire.
Right.
I wasn't even planning on picking Empire, but there was so much salt around Empire that I had to. But I'm Lucas, or Teknophobia. Been casting Legion, this Invader League, and trying to champion Empire as far as I can, which in single limbs wasn't very far, but I did my best.
Still, though, like it's So you've also been doing casting as well, that I recall.
Yep.
And like it was good that you showed people at least you could go into sort of. I mean, you feel like not very far, but I think you went pretty deep. Still, you went like round of 32 was that?
Yeah, I went to I think round of 32.
So that's like 3 rounds. That's 3 rounds considering we had a play round. So that's not terrible. You know?
Yeah.
It's not a bad run. Anybody would be proud of that run. Invader League is the most competitive tournament in the world.
This is true. I just hard on myself, but
there you go. There you go. All right, but you've been casting though. Like you have your own channel, right?
Yep, I have my own channel.
And so does Eric. Just before I forget, he's got his own channel as well. But I want to make sure, Lucas, that you do your plug as well before we move on to the lists.
Yeah, it's Teknofobia, Teknofobia. I don't know how to spell, so that's the way it is.
Okay. That's a great explanation. All right, so let's move on to talking about the match. All right, it is Kyle Orkimedes Dornbos versus Mike Dashz Barry, two of the most decorated players in Legion today. We're going to talk now. I'm going to switch the screen over to Orkimedes' list. It goes by Rogered. Let's see here. We've got a Maul, some battle droids with E5Cs, DRK droids. Floating alongside Maul there to give him that observation token and that extra order. We got some BX droid strikes. We got a T-Series tactical droid with aggressive tactics, and 3 super battle droids with B2 HA troopers, and 3 T-Series tactical droids. Who among us has played the most CIS, I wonder, among the 4 of us? Do none of us play CIS, or is it? I know you played droids.
Play a bit.
You played droids, Eric.
I've played droids a few times there. I mean, don't get me wrong. I played the much maligned 13 activation droids this Invader League, and like most of those 13 activation droid lists, did not actually get very far.
Fell off the bandwagon ass first.
Yeah. It was one of those things that I think a lot of folks thought maybe looked very good on paper, but when you actually start to get into it, there are a lot of inherent sort of weaknesses to it, and hey, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it was peanut meat brittle.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a single droid assembled for what it's worth.
Okay. Well, I guess I want to know like what. So this list, it's really about close combat, right? It's got triple B2s and Maul. It's all about getting in the opponent's face and doing big damage from these not very cheap, but relatively cheap for what you get B2 series droids, right? This is really a melee list in a sense, or a short range list. Definitely not Kyle's usual fare, I have to say.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting that it doesn't really have many long-range threats that you can leverage. So there's no early attrition you can really take, which I feel like is kind of what Kyle's known for, is picking off those units from afar and then slowly building on that lead. Yeah,
in fact, he won a league game, I think his last league game, on that shot from a single sniper. There was a low opportunity. He had a very low probability chance of getting that shot done, and he actually managed to get it. But that singleton sniper proved to be extremely useful in that list. And there's only one. Usually he's got more than that. Usually he runs like 2 or 3 in his list, and this is just so wildly different. Oh, and I mean, hang on. I just have to respond to DK from the chat. It is a short range list. It's 3 units that do their best work at range 2, and it's Maul. It's a short range list. I'm sorry. If you put it next to Shores, it's a short range list.
I'm not surprised that Kyle's playing this list, because I think it's actually very similar to like his old Luke with some fleets list back many moons ago. It just has less snipers in it. That's all. Less snipers, more beef, essentially. Now, as we're discussing the list, I don't know if you were watching the cards be cut. We were discussing beforehand that I thought Kyle should try to avoid Sabs, but he did push for Sabs.
Oh,
and I'm not sure that is the right call here. We discussed that precast, that his lack of range against Mike's clones is not something I liked for Vaps here, especially where he has nothing that can clap the arcs back at range except for 1 BX. So this is gonna be an interesting situation. From what I saw, I think Orc passed, Mike cut limited viz, and then Kyle cut hostage, and it was either supply in the second or Mike cut the supply.
Looking for those Bactas, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I was kind of watching as we were discussing. But it did look like Kyle was looking for that Vaps game, which I said beforehand, that's where his mind always goes to. I just don't know if it really works in this situation. I mean, Maul is Maul too, right? So it's not like he's got his back against the wall. It's just the range of Mike's list could be a problem here.
I mean, it's a good question, right? Sometimes you just want to play what you're comfortable with, what you're most used to. And even if maybe your list is a little disadvantaged for what you're at, versus your opponent, maybe in a particular situation, that personal skill or expertise in that can often make the difference. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm really curious. So on the opposite side of the field, we've got Mike Dashz Berry with a sort of a Rex list here. Captain Rex, aggressive tactics, recon intel, triple strike teams. A phase 2 with 5s in it, which is very unusual and expensive. Offensive push. 3 more phase 2, so a quad phase 2 kind of core here. 3 Z6s, every phase 2 equipped with offensive push. You've got a clone commander with vigilance, which is an interesting pick. Vigilance over strict orders. Very interesting pick. And then you've got phase 1 clone trooper with Z6 for the fire support, enabled by, of course, 5s and direct. There's a lot of that in this list. Definitely a Rex list with a little twist, and no R2D2 is the other factor here. And so if we're going to see Evaporator's game, which we're going to see, it's going to be without the benefit of secret mission for the clones. And that could be a substantial thing.
I think he's wishing he had it in this matchup right
now.
A
little bit. Just a little bit. It is major offensive, and there's a very protected lane, which we're going to discuss once we actually look at the map. But we are going to look at that momentarily. But yeah, this is. I mean, we've mentioned before. Also, we're going to look at the overall map overview in just a second. Kessel is kind of an open map. There's not a lot of places that Maul can hide, and that's going to be the clones' major effort here. I think in the early turns is they're going to try to find Maul and kill him before he can do a lot of damage, or at least wound him gravely enough that the threat of "Call Me Captain" will prove to be a sufficient deterrent to keep him out of their lines.
Yeah, I know that the chat can't see the map right now, but I think that Mike's placement of one of his VAPs is to actually set up a Call Me Captain on Maul. From what I'm seeing, he's got one VAP,
really aggressive
like
one.
Super aggressive towards Kyle's deployment. Basically, it's almost like exactly range 2 for one of Kyle's VAPs, essentially, and it's on one of those hills. And I really think that's just to set up a situation where Maul has to come at him, and he can sustain the first shot and then Call Me Captain him and try and take a points lead is essentially what I think he wants to do. And then obviously if Maul doesn't get on one of those hills, and I really think shoot down on the droid, the situation where Maul has to come at him. He's trying to set up that aggressive play on that hill. When we finally look at when we look at the map, I think that's what he's looking to do.
Yeah. Interesting. Maul's coming out with an infiltrate right now. Just got thrown down.
Oh wow! So Maul is going to play his 2-pip. He's going to be giving us the what is it called? The Phantom Menace. That's what we're looking for here. I'm actually going to flip over into the main game view. I think we have enough information to actually start casting from the game itself. So we're going to flip over into that, and we're going to take a look here at what we've got going on. Make sure that the TTS game capture is turned on here. All right, we are looking at the game now. All right, let me make sure that people can still hear me. I'm suffering a little bit of lag. One moment. Guys, go ahead and talk for me just real quick. Okay,
hello.
good. That audience can still hear you. Good.
In Zoom?
Yeah, for now we're gonna stay in Zoom.
Cool.
We can video off maybe. if you're comfortable videoing off, that's fine. But we're gonna stay in Zoom for the game audio, and we're gonna just cast from the board itself.
So it looks like Maul is deploying directly on his Kyle's forwardmost VAP.
Yeah, I really like that piece of line of sight blocker.
Yeah.
I was going to comment with this VAP right here. That's kind of the one place that Kyle can just safely put Maul. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see some peekaboo saber throws with Maul, just trying to first last chuck a saber and pick off whatever's on that VAP.
Yeah, and I do think eyeballing it that it's probably like a little bit out of range too, like we were discussing earlier. So
Mike Maul uniquely can though get that double move force push though, so his threat range is just outside of range too. It's
exactly.
Range 2 and 4 inches.
It's gonna be interesting because I understand Mike's desire to be aggressive with that VAP, and I do think it is essentially probably the right play. There's some weird things that Maul can do here.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think it is good there because you have that overarching shot. But the threat is right. If Maul dives, you can't just leave that VAP behind because if Maul starts tapping it, he might be in a tough spot. I like the idea of pushing over that hill and forcing pressure onto Kyle. But having that VAP that close, we'll see what that ends up playing. I'd just be nervous about those B2s and Maul, being right next to you after that VAP to potentially push up the hill and tap it.
I just noticed this extremely aggressive evaporator placement from Mike. Oh my goodness. That is so aggressive.
Yeah.
Holy. Okay.
I like I said, I think I agree with an aggressive placement, but I'm starting to really question this one a little bit.
Like, I get the play of pushing up that hill. You definitely need to do that. But since that VAP's there, you can't fade off that hill once you kill something.
Yeah, Maul has infiltrated forward now. I just want to take a second to acknowledge some people that have given subs and tips. Thank you, Lunta, for 25. That's going to help a lot. We're currently raising funds for offline streaming setup, specifically a laptop, which is going to be the hub of the streaming setups in the future. Because I'm looking to transition to offline streaming, and so we're trying to raise the funds for that laptop. And so, thank you for the unit name. I believe he is naming Captain Rex. He's going to name him Eggplantosaurus Rex. So I'm going to have to refer to him by Eggplant. The rest of you don't have to. I have to, though. I have to call Rex Eggplantosaurus Rex.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
That's what I have to do. So
I'm not familiar with this unit Rex. Are you referring to Eggplantosaurus?
I guess if that's what hey, listen, we all got to make that money. It's good stuff.
We all got to make that money. Hey, Dwarren, thanks for that sub, and thank you, of course, Real Captain Nita for a sub-anniversary. Thank you so much. Hey, we're gonna get a hype train roll here. I bet we are. Thank you, Big King Nasty, coming in with a tier 1 as well. More setup yet to come, everyone. Thanks so much for your support of Yavinbase and what we're doing here with the stream, and of course, thank you so much to my co-hosts and any supporter that has given us that is the channel, the royal channel, support at any time. Just awesome and huge thank you for all that stuff. Okay, so moving on with the setup here, we got the clone ball forming up. They're going into the panhandle. They're aggressively pushing towards the enemy evaporator. Mike knows I'm red. It's Vaps. I don't have R2. I gotta make a play. There's nothing else to say about this.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's going to scouting party up the hill and just essentially just throw whatever you can right away at Kyle. What's interesting is looking at it from Mike's point of view right now. If he gets up onto that hill, his sight lines are not nearly as good as I think he thought they might be. That piece that Maul is behind really blocks out a good chunk of that open area. I'm gonna call it open area. When you're looking at it from Kyle's side of the hill, you almost look like Mike could gain a position on that hill and just open fire and he has nothing really stopping it. But then if you come from Mike's side, those 2 stacked crates really take up a lot of space, a lot more than I thought originally. It might be harder for Mike to get the shots he was looking for, because I think what's going to happen is Kyle's probably going to keep everyone behind those crates, and he's just going to send off a B2 behind that spire, and Mike's going to have to really overextend to get any shot, essentially from what I'm seeing. Maybe I'm wrong, and Mike can find some ways. He is good at finding shots that others can't. That's one thing that Mike is really good at doing, but I don't know, man. I really think he's going to have to overextend his evaporator to get sight lines on shots, which basically puts you at charge range. Well, no, Maul doesn't have charge rate. Or does he? Jeez, I haven't played against Maul, so
he doesn't. But either way,
he doesn't.
He will eventually.
He's got that third action. If he
will
needs
eventually.
It. Yeah. That's what I'm used to, is having that extra action.
But I think you're absolutely right, Zach. I think from that perspective, Mike could very well use that whatever you want to call it, that Rex infiltrate there, right, to get a strong position on that hill, but it's not as strong as it seems to be, and those B2s are going to be especially delighted in moving up and blowing those clones off that hill.
Yeah, it gives you all that heavy cover,
right?
But B2s have blasts, so not as big of an advantage as you would expect typically.
All right, so on the screen, I have circled now the evaporator positions. So the audience can now see.
Oh man!
Red evaporators are now circled.
Those hot red circles.
And the blue evaporators are also now circled, so you can see exactly where the evaporators are. Take it in. This is the new annotation software that I've come up with or applied. Not that I've invented, obviously, but that I bought. Sorry, that came out completely wrong. Okay. I'm trying to say I got some new toys.
Did you get a patent for this, David?
No. What? Yes. I filed a patent and I did all. No, I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that.
Oh, no
stuff.
patent? I'm out.
Oh, come on.
Right. There's no money in it unless you've got a patent. I mean,
it's true. It's true. No. This was actually open source. That's the beauty of it. It's actually an open source program called G Inc. It's really, really handy. I haven't figured out how to make it work with game capture, so I have to use display capture.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, all right. So I'm going to take it off the screen now. Let's see if I can make that work. Ha ha ha. Technology. That's right. Turn that back on and hide that one. Awesome. Amazing. It works. Incredible. But yeah, that's where those VAPs are. And you can see they are extremely close. And like folks have been saying in the chat, they forced a close deployment, essentially. And this is on purpose. Mike wants to shoot Clankers like as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. And do the big damage that he needs to stay on top of things.
It's funny. The more that I look at Mike's side of things, I actually think that he'd be better to push through the middle of the map than to push that hill. Looking at the sight lines that he has from that hill, I think it's not good. He might see something different, but if you look towards the middle of the map and where that other evaporator is, I know that there's like this like silo in the middle and there's some crates and some craters to get through. But if you look around, there's actually some open shots he could find if you were to push that direction rather than up the hill. Unfortunately, he's kind of committed to going up the hill.
Right.
Like he is committed to that situation.
Like how? Yeah, the arcs are going to have to go up the hill. Go ahead, Lucas. I'm sorry.
I was going to say one interesting thing too is Mike is kind of closer to his VAPs actually in this deployment, the way he put it, because of Kyle putting his other VAP closer in this area so that Maul can be near. Mike is actually be able to do like a quicker move with those scouting parties and start hitting his VAPs while Kyle's going to be moving more often in order to close that distance. So he might be planning on just, getting opening shots then and getting ahead, since he can just, run up, touch his VAP and keep shooting from that position.
Arc Trooper going down. Let's see where he scouts. That may give us an indication of what Mike's game plan is here. He might not do a scout at all. He's just doing cohesion.
There is a possibility that Mike might see a lane here to go after the T-Series droid that's kind of hanging out. I don't think he'd have the range, though. But he might with a move over the crates. I'm eyeballing it, so I'm not really sure. But he could also try and chip shot it with an arc and then hit it with the airstrike too, air support. Unless it's a B2. Oh, it's a B2 tack. Never mind. The B2's behind it. Never mind. I was gonna say Kyle wouldn't expose a T-Series, but then again, he exposed his snipers last time against Bars.
You can't say that. He's gonna start exposing things now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so predictions are now open, everybody. We're betting on who's going to win this game, who is going to be the victor in this next chapter, the Notorious Scoundrels Civil War 2, presented by the Fifth Trooper and Yavinbase. If you want Kyle, you can bet blue. If you want Mike, you can bet red. Looks like the early results are in, and you've got almost 10,000 on the clones in the opening seconds.
Really, I'm surprised by this. I'm leaning Kyle heavily up based on this deployment.
Yeah, so I coming into this game similarly thought Dashz, but based on this deployment, I'm feeling it's more of a 50-50. Like depending on what Kyle can pull off with this Maul. Right, I feel like he had the uphill battle to fight, but in this position, Maul can definitely make some big plays to win this.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
He has to play a very patient Maul, which is just not in character at all for Maul.
Well, Kyle does play Maul very patient. that last game against the airspeeders, he played Maul patient, and I don't know if anyone else would have played him as patient as he did, because I thought for sure Maul was going to die. He stayed patient with it and stuck to the game plan. Maul lived, and then he killed the airspeeders and won the game essentially. That wasn't his. Was that his last game? No, his last game was against Clone. So the game before that against the airspeeders.
His last game was the one where he did not play Maul patiently.
No, no, that was the game where he should have taken a standby or a saber throw or something. The very opposite of what he did. But it goes to show you, you know, in the heat of the moment, it's easy to be armchair quarterbacks here, and everyone is going to make a mistake at times, even a computer like Kyle.
Yeah, without a doubt. Hopefully from that game, he'll have learned his lesson, so he won't be doing any crazy dives with Maul this time around. Some more saber throws, because with these boxes right here, he's in like prime position to just saber throw whatever's on that map every single turn, and just, you know, first, last, back and forth, killing 2 or 3 clones.
Let's see here. So just a few deployments left before we kick off this first round of play. 2 arc strikes remaining to be deployed: Eggplantosaurus Rex, the BX snipers, and of course the blue T-series tactical droid on the other end for Orkimedes here. We are coming close to that first round. And how do people feel about command cards for this opening turn? I have a feeling it's going to be standing orders and maybe into clankers. Though it might be a little bit early for clankers. We might see like Attack of the Clones maybe, just for lots of surges.
Yeah, I think it's too early for clankers. Yeah, probably Attack of the Clones with surges. You might even see standing orders versus standing orders.
Yeah, he might just stand on the clone commander and do the commander first, just to get the bolster and the aim out there. It's interesting that he's not scouting these arcs at all.
Depending on where he's scouting parties with Rex, I could potentially see a take that clankers off the bat, just to hold it, right? As Kyle approaches range 4 with a speed 2 move from clankers and a potential other speed 2 move, that's real long. They can almost touch the board edge with that.
In terms of the betting, Kyle has now pulled ahead. We have now 21K on Kyle and 14K on Mike. So Kyle pulling far ahead on the recommendations of the casters. Let's see if the casters are right. Will we subject Kyle to the caster curse? There is such a thing as a caster curse. If the casters want you to win and you lose, that seems to happen more frequently than not.
And just a reminder, this is not financial advice. So if you lose all your channel points, you can't blame me.
Yeah, it's not our fault. This is not a substitute for channel point financial advice. We're not certified points accountants or whatever you say that.
There's an excellent movie with Al Pacino and Matthew McConaughey. I can't think of it. But it was about basically gambling advice. That is not this show.
That's not this show. We don't. Okay, people asking where is Maul? Maul is right over here. He is safe. He's quite safe from your pitiful little band.
Tim, are you quoting Anakin as Darth Vader asking if Padme is safe? Because that's how I read it.
So, I mean, at least the way this looks like it's shaping up, right? Like, rather than sort of I don't know what you want to call it, an asymmetric maneuver, right? Where normally you're going to try to strike at the weakest part of your opponent's list. This is really like hammer on hammer, anvil on anvil, who rules Bartertown type of thing at the top of this hill. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how this could shape up any differently.
No, it's dictated by that VAP. Like Mike dictated the entire board by that VAP. I still think that those sight lines are not as good as he thought they were, but like I said, I could be crazy. But I would think that VAP basically dictates the whole thing. But here we see Rex scouting party going the other way.
Oh, okay. Heading towards the middle of the board is the Eggplantosaurus Rex. Just wild. I have not.
Which is what I was saying. He has that lane next to that box in that. What did I say it was? A silo, chem silo. He has that lane, but he has to get there to do it. Because it is open. if you look through that pool of Kessel spice, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that no cover pond that's impassable to troopers. Yeah, he's got that. That's a very open lane. Wow, I'm just really curious why he didn't put the arcs up there. Was he afraid of orbital strike? I don't think he's even running orbital strike. I think he's running Phantom Menace and push. I don't think he's running orbital strike at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Probably.
He's running push.
For good reason. I mean, it's
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
but I do agree with David that is probably why he was a little conservative and he didn't really need to be. I do think that is the case.
Yeah, he's hedging his bets maybe a little too much.
Interesting. He is pushing the middle.
Yeah, so who's on duty up here at the forward VAP? Is it going to be these phase 2s? Is it going to be 5s?
I don't know.
Yeah, now I think because he's committed to this this middle approach here. Now he's definitely got to split his army, and Maul has a much easier time doing that hide and seek poke. Heck, he could even dive in against 1 or 2 guys that might, actually come up that hill. I mean, right? Because like you mentioned, that VAP is going to be what this game rotates on, and if you're not putting all your clones there, I don't know.
I'm mostly trying to figure out what Rex is doing here, because wouldn't you think that Rex would be more towards the hill to set up a Call Me Captain if he needs it? Like, he's a little far away. He would still be at range, probably, mind you. The question is, that hill has a little bit of a weird line of sight thing where, like, he might not be able to Call Me Captain if he's in a weird spot with that hill.
Yeah, he might be trying to set up for that air support by getting the shot through this, so he was getting Rex prepared for that, and then maybe take that Clankers next turn once he can do a little more maneuvering.
I could see that for sure.
Hey, awesome. Thank you, Ghostwalking, for the 5 gifted subs. Amazing.
Part of me is thinking that Mike is regretting that VAP placement on the hill a little bit.
Yeah, based on what he's done here. I mean, maybe he was thinking he could push up that hill and just rely on like token sharing and red saves to just sit there and outshoot everything. But right, with Maul being able to just hop right over this hill, this VAP just feels so unsafe. Right, like we said, if anything that pushes up, it's right in range of a double move forced push from Maul.
Yeah, anything that gets up there on that VAP is in trouble. But I wonder, is he going to wait for attrition at all?
We'll have to see. Maybe he's just trying to get some early shots off and then get way ahead and just brute force his way up that hill and hit the VAP.
Kyle's gonna scout onto that VAP and double tap that real quick. He's gonna try and get that BX into a spot to tap that VAP along with Maul, or maybe Maul's droids, and then Maul's just freelancing what he wants to do. Like, Maul didn't even have to worry about that VAP essentially. You might see Kyle be a little aggressive with Maul here. If he were to do that. Oh, maybe not. He's thinking.
Okay, so a hype train has begun in the chat.
Oh.
It's not related to the game specifically, but it is. You are able to earn emoji for Twitch that you cannot earn any other time. So if you sub now, there is a chance to get some emotes that you can't get elsewhere. So feel free, if you're interested in those emotes, to follow up and keep the hype going. If not, that's completely fine. It's just the time to earn some emoji you can't earn otherwise. But amazing. Just thank you, Dak104. Thank you, Genghis John and Kodak, just subscribing. Oh, this is amazing, guys. Thanks so much for the support. It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice to
keep them coming.
Keep them coming in. Let's go. Habmo, what's up, dude?
If you have Amazon Prime and you have not linked it to your Twitch account, just so you know, you can give out a free sub. So like literally nothing on your side. Just link your Amazon, your Twitch. They're already linked because they own both. And yeah, you can give out free subs. It's a free $5.
Yep, that's exactly right. Got some more coming in here. That's awesome. Habmo, thank you. Thank you, Kodak. Thank you, Genghis John.
Okay, Clankers.
This is classic Kyle.
What he's doing here with his droids here.
Yeah, everything is just way far away from Mike. He's got one VAP that's just behind a piece of line of sight blocking terrain that's also like 1 inch off the board. He's got a Jedi on another VAP behind a wall. Like this is exactly what Kyle likes to do in Legion.
I mean, maybe even to your earlier points, right? You're once you become experienced and I guess you say the expertise in a particular mission gets to that point. You're now like when you look at a board, you can almost see how that mission is going to develop. And sure, all of us are trying to accomplish that kind of thing, right? But I think to your point, Kyle does it in a very particular manner, and this is his mission. This is what he likes to do. This is exactly the setup he wants to have.
I'm pretty sure that like everyone has like maybe like a little bit of note taking for like every objective. Kyle has a notebook on VAPs, like straight up a notebook on VAPs. Like he probably has an entire like novel dedicated just to this objective. I make fun of him for it all the time, but I mean, I make fun of him because he's good at it and that's why he plays. The only reason why I didn't like it coming to this game was just because he didn't have the range and Castle was quote unquote open. But like we keep on saying, we look at these sight lines, they're really not that great for Mike as great as we thought they were, which is maybe where Kyle really wanted major offensive, and the major offensive might have been like the key here for the
major offensive situation. Gives you real good line of sight blockers, like this big rock formation right in that corner. You could like just tuck stuff behind there easily, fit a whole army behind that if you need to pull back. Same with this hill, right? It forces Mike to push up that hill. I mean, it didn't force that VAP to be there, but that's where he's going to have to go regardless with major offensive.
I think we might be at the end of turn 0. I think we're almost fully set here for the game to commence. We've got all the deployments out. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Did I turn chat off on accident? No, I didn't. Thank goodness. But yeah, you're absolutely right. By the way, Teknophobia. If you study the map, like you say, there's the cliff formation, which a T-Series B2 is hiding behind right now. You got the double stack crate, which is really nice. It's hiding almost all of the B2s behind it. It's just kind of in the shadow of that crate there he's hiding. And that's really what Blue wants to do. They don't want to give up any unit because then the shoe's on the other foot. They're gonna have they then become the attackers since they fall behind on points.
So I got to read this up in the chat. People are saying Vaps and back again, a Kyle story.
Yes.
While you were busy sharing tokens, I was studying the Vaps.
That's right. I was studying the maps. I learned. I went back to the great archive in Minas Tirith. Here follows the account of Orkimedes.
Oh man.
Oh gosh.
I mean, it looks like all right, looks like we've got an opening bathroom break. Strong move.
Strong moves.
Kyle here.
Icing this is the Legion equivalent of icing the kicker in football. This is
getting in his head.
Getting in his head already. This is just a casual, friendly game. There's no tournament on the line. What are you talking about?
That was nice, right?
Just a little power flex.
It's pretty funny to know that Mike and Kyle pretty much play all the time, and this is probably like game like 1000, and they've had like 2 or 3 mean quite a bit, but this one might mean the most. Yeah. And like I'm sure that like we can't hear them right now, but I'm sure that if we were to listen to like their tones in other games and then listen to their tones in this game, it would sound a lot different than games in the past.
Ooh, air support turn 1 for the clones against Roger.
That has to be why Rex is where he is.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Rex.
Yeah, kind of on what you were saying about with this game. It's very likely that one of these players will, be a finalist. So a lot riding here.
This makes total sense for Rex to do air support here. He's got great vision. It is open shots into the enemy camp. He's got the tac droid of B2. Mm-hmm. He's got a couple B2s there to beam onto. It's a pretty decent shot for air support.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's going to try and wait a couple activations to get some aim tokens out, but maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not. I do think he's got a really great shot on the Droid Commander T-Series and can easily hit several B1s along the way, reducing a lot of that strength early on. No. And at relatively low risk, right? Like, okay, great. I can beam you from all the way back here, and everybody else is still moving into position, and then the real game starts turn 2.
There's no threat of a sniper because the BX is in the back VAP, and there's only the one sniper. Everything else is range 3 in the list, right? I don't think he has any E5Ss or anything like that for chip damage.
No, the only thing that's outside range 3 is that sniper.
Yeah.
I have to fix something. Hold on. Just to give me...
From the stream this morning?
Yeah, from the stream this morning. I have to fix it. Oh, no.
Oh no!
Okay, you guys.
Oh, it's okay. Thankfully, you've got 4 commentators.
Yeah, thankfully,
you can handle all the.
I got plenty of coverage. I can handle all the technical stuff. I can play technical director in the background here. Thanks, I appreciate it. By the way, tell your friends we might be able to crack 100 viewers.
Yeah, we're at 89.
Yeah, that's amazing. We might be able to crack 100. That would be a new record.
Yeah, new record. Has What's the most viewership you've ever gotten in Legion?
Yeah, I think it was during LVO, like 150.
150?
Yeah, something like that.
So this would probably be like a TTS record.
That would definitely be a TTS record if we got 100 people.
Did Knowledge and Defense ever get that high?
I don't know.
You know what? I think we had an average of 70, maybe even 80 folks at some points in time, but I don't think we've cracked this far. So yeah,
amazing.
Kudos.
Record
94
numbers.
Guys. We're 6 away from making history.
That's Legion history. That's right.
Legion history.
Legion history.
All right. Well, and the play-by-play in the game that's actually happening, Rex is just going to town here, making a double move way out there.
Huh.
He'll have the entire droid army wherever he wants them.
He's getting those. He's getting those aims. I mean,
yeah, right.
Yeah, he's going for the double aim.
This could be, 9 dead battle droids.
I'm still a little concerned about Rex moving too far away from that hill but I mean, he can always move back. This is why I love Jetpack on Rex, because Jetpack Rex can just move wherever he wants. And I talked to Mike about putting the Jetpack on Rex, and he just couldn't find the points for him. He could have put 5s into phase 1, but that's besides the point. So I love this shot, though. This is a great shot.
One thing to notice, though, is those B2s are just barely outside of range 3, so they will be able to move shoot on Rex if they decide to move that way. It'll only be a range 3 shot, but 3 reds and a white is still not shabby.
Hey, thank you, by the way, Top Secret, for $30. Hugely appreciated. We're gonna get that laptop one of these days. It's gonna be amazing once COVID is over.
Heck yeah.
In theory, he could one-shot this T-Series, right? Or is it 3 dice?
It's 3 dice.
It's 3 dice.
Oh, it's 3.
4. Oh,
I'm thinking of the Orbital's 4 dice, right?
Yeah, Orbital's 4.
Yeah.
But if he can put a bunch of wounds in this T-Series early...
This is in the open.
3. There it is.
Oh my god.
Wow. And a big save from the TAC droid. But it doesn't have a surge, does it?
It does not. So
no.
Half health. Still a great save, but...
Wow.
Congratulations, your old paint. You did it. Money in the bank.
Pure
Another
skill.
one in the open here.
Pure skill.
He's got plenty of aims to ratchet that up to 3.
Yeah, I think you crank that up to 3 and save the other aim for the next shot, right?
Yeah.
There
it is.
All right.
Here comes another beam. Rolling another save.
You say that was heavy cover, or
It had a dodge, I believe.
oh
Yes,
yes,
from
of course.
Roger.
So that's definitely not heavy cover.
Man cards get played, yes.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know.
Oh, I just didn't even see that he had a Roger.
Oh, yeah,
Excuse me, a dodge out there.
So he's not going after the B2s, he's going after the B1s.
I think he's just going for maximum wounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just pure value.
Oh!
What? Can we get a dice check, please?
Oh my goodness, Judge.
Blue player dice roller broken.
Oh my goodness, Kyle, with the big stop there, the 2
right,
blocks.
Yeah, Eggplantosaurus Rex not getting through here.
Yeah, that eggplant was rotten.
Well, I mean, I guess that was something, right? I mean, a total of only 4 wounds delivered on 9 hits. Not the best.
No.
Yeah, white saves. Not what you're hoping for.
Definitely not. Especially and it's also like it's an attack that comes from a command card, and so like you're really hoping it actually wounds something, and you think it could wound on a 5-up pretty quickly here, but unfortunately that's not the case. TTS a little bit known for the overrepresentation of its white dice, at least in theory. Has never been proven, but that is definitely a rumor that's been circulating.
I think that might have started around the Tauntaun days, and it got somewhat a little proven when you saw Tauntauns on real board. But I think that might have been more maps than dice. But
oh no, Captain Zodiac renaming 2 things.
I was gonna say, getting those hot back to capsules there on that BX droid, and he will take them.
Oh, definitely.
I think that's just denial, right, for Dashz.
Well, and a little bit of Maul. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's going to be an extra health for Maul.
Potentially. I mean, it is the BX droid way in the back. It's usually not what they're known for doing, you know.
We're not calling him that.
Not calling him that. You can pick a different name.
I mean, listen, you at least have to call him Dr. Poopy Pants.
No, I'm good.
Professor? No? Okay.
No.
All right.
I just, I mean, I can call him Pants. I mean, I don't know.
You gotta be careful with these rewards that you're giving people.
I know, hey, I even said, I mean, I guess Poopy Pants is PG-13.
He does wear hammer pants. It is a good point.
That's true. That's true.
Welcome to onlyfans.com/Yavinbase.
Please, no. Don't even go there. The mature filter is not on.
No.
I do not roll with the mature filter on. Maybe to my own peril.
Well, we've got an arc activating here for Dashz. Trying. It looks like he's going. Well, maybe he'll get move up and shoot. I mean, not a ton to shoot at. Maybe pick at a B2 droid for a crit, but not a ton else in range here.
What is going on here? Still top secret coming in with $5.34 to make it an even 205. Thank you.
Nice. Just
rounded
up for charity.
Anonymous donor rounding up for charity. That's right.
People want that live Legion.
They do. They do want the live Legion. Oh, holo projector. You better pick that up. That's definitely worth picking up.
I'm playing a live game next weekend for like the first time in like forever.
How exciting is that, man?
Oh my god. I need it. Like I need it to like just get myself like revamped here. I think we're gonna start at like 8 a.m. and get like 2 or 3 games in throughout the course of the day. And
wow, that is so cool.
Heck yeah. I've been teaching my brother Legion. Not sure if he's in the chat, but Wamesley, if he's here, little shout out. But yeah, I taught him Legion to force myself to have someone to play real Legion with.
Now, the pile of unpainted minis that I have that I claimed would be a great time to paint minis. They were locked down. No, did not pan out. No, not at all.
I gotta tell you, I've got a unit worth of droids on the painting table that have been partially assembled. I think I lost one of the neck pieces and said, "Well, you know what? I'm just never gonna put these together."
This project has been condemned. There's just nothing for it anymore.
I'm just done.
All right, so Kyle grabbing a token now. Just double moving with B1s. This is a little interesting though, right? For next turn, those B1s might be in a bad spot for a take that Clankers, right? They're pretty in the open.
Okay. So Captain Zodiac has decided that Maul has to be called Molly, and the T series is Kyle Dornbos.
So Kyle Dornbos is activating Kyle Dornbos.
Kyle Dornbos is activating Kyle Dornbos. Kyle Dornbos is on 2 wounds right now.
Kyle Dornbos is on 2 wounds right now.
Hey, thanks, James Gluestick. Amazing. Good to hear it.
Hey, that's my brother, not Wamsley. James Gluestick, wrong shout out.
The whole fam.
Thank you for humoring me and learning Legion so that I don't go crazy being stuck indoors.
Heck yeah.
Ooh. Field Scanner, a great card to pull out for those B1s there.
Shout out to every local organizer out there, for real. You all make it happen, right? Like you're the soul of the community. You keep things rolling. You're like the people that are the engine, right? You drive this whole community, to mix metaphors willingly.
Right.
No hesitation. Yeah, I have
back to another arc.
Yes, ARC Trooper.
I was going to say, going back to Kyle has another ARC Trooper activating here. Not a lot to do with him here.
Not a lot of vision. That not scouting early is costing shots, I feel.
I'm not sure why I deployed so defensively.
Yeah, he had no reason to do it, really.
He has such a range advantage that, I wasn't sure why it was so timid.
He might have been thinking that he was playing against Orbital Strike, even though he wasn't. This one, there are shots available, but I think it double moved.
Would that be a double moved? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a double move. I still think that Mike did not see this lane between the silo and the rock formation until it was too late. Because I mean, I'm going to have to ask him after, because I still think that the plan was to go up this hill. He realized it was not really worth it. Then he noticed that this middle lane was there. And now he's at a point where he's got to figure out how to manage both situations, because sure, he can attack the middle, which he's doing right now, and get in position in the middle. But Maul is still threatening that other VAP, and it could be a problem, you know. There's nothing worse than when you're playing a gun line and don't have a force user, but then it gets even worse when you're playing against a force user that can like jump and tap your VAP, because like they could have a field day and you have no answer for it.
Maul uniquely is really good in that too, right? Since he can, he doesn't have relentless or charge. He just gets an extra action, so he can do double move, tap VAPs, and get some really cheeky hits in.
Yep.
Yeah, he's definitely like got the most flexibility on objectives that require an action, just because of that extra action that could be anything. It's not like strictly Master of the Force. It's like better Master of the Force. It's just Master of just being, just having actions, essentially.
It's just whatever you need when you need it.
Master Legion.
Master Legion, essentially, yeah. Because you have 3 actions, and most units don't.
I do what I want.
Most units wish they had a third action. They could do whatever they wanted with. By the way, John Sola coming in with a 20. Thank you, man.
Hey.
Thank
Molly
you.
with the action economy.
Yes, Molly with the Molly action economy. You can't beat it. By the way, have you guys noticed that Dashz is playing with order tokens that have Rex on the back?
Yeah, Kyle made him this. Kyle made him today.
Awesome. That's so nice of him.
Those are real cool.
It's like an inverse birthday present. By the way, chat, it is Kyle Dornbos' birthday today, so I want everybody to wish Kyle a happy birthday so that he can see this on the replay. So just happy birthday, Kyle, in chat.
Happy birthday, Kyle!
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Kyle. I now know why you're playing at Saturday on at 8 o'clock, because your wife was like, it's your birthday. You could do whatever you want.
There you go.
See, I get the opposite response. I get, well, it's your birthday. Wouldn't you want to spend it with your family? And I'm like,
yeah,
well, yeah. I mean, I guess. Okay, yeah.
I see you guys every day.
I'm actually living in a nightmare because on that point, Rehab, because my birthday is in 2 months. Okay, I'm turning 30. But what's even worse is we're going to be in Disney for my birthday.
Oh my goodness!
And so hold on. I didn't even think of it that way, right? My wife and I got vaccinated. We're like, let's get the kid out of the house. He wears a mask. Let's just go to Disney, right? So like we feel comfortable finally doing something, right? So I book it. I don't really look at the dates in that sense. I'm just booking it because I'm just excited to do something.
Yeah.
I sit down like an hour later and I'm like, oh no. Did this really happen on my birthday? So I look at my wife and I go, listen, you do not do anything for my birthday. She's like, but it's your 30th. We're going to be in Disney World. I said, don't order shirts. Don't order hats. Don't go on Etsy and do something silly with our money because it's my freaking birthday. I don't care. It is another day in my life. I don't care that I'm turning 30. I want us to go as a family and have fun and not worry about it being my freaking birthday. But she's going to come she's going to hide the purchase somewhere, like on a credit card that I can't see. We're going to go to Disney World. She's going to open up her suitcase and right on there is going to be like, happy birthday, daddy. Happy 30th. And I'm going to be like, I am not wearing that. That's happening. That is what's going to happen.
And I know that you're going to wear it. I mean, because that's
I have to.
Right?
I'm going to have to wear it. So at this point, I'm also regretting not going to Epcot because if I was going to Epcot, I would have done it on my birthday. So I can at least numb the pain by drinking around the world.
Are you going to Magic Kingdom?
So we're doing Magic Kingdom.
Of course you are.
Yeah, we're doing Magic Kingdom twice, essentially. There's really nothing for a 3-year-old to do at Epcot other than Frozen.
Right.
Unless he wants to watch me drink an insane amount of alcohol around the world.
He wants to watch Dad dance the polka at the
which
beer garden.
I would never do with him in my presence. But
of course.
I mean, listen, somebody's got to dance the Plattler. If you're not going to do it, I mean,
yeah, for real, someone's got to do it.
Somebody's going to do it.
Someone's
Might as well be you on your 30th birthday.
The smartest thing that Disney has ever did. I don't know if you know, Dave. You know Epcot. Okay?
Yeah, I know.
The smartest thing they ever did was they had the food festival things, but instead of making it a once every 3 or 4 month thing, they just leave them up year round.
Yeah, it's perpetual now.
It's just food festival, and it's can I get that that beer and that food? So not only am I drinking, I'm also eating. By the time I get to Canada, because I typically start in Mexico around that way. By the time I get to Canada, I'm basically dead. You might as well just like float me up into the sky, but you can't float me up into the sky because I also
just push you out into the lake.
I mean,
I also ate so much food.
I'd stay away from Canada if you're in that state because they got that theater in the round. You're lucky if you don't throw up on that thing.
Oh man.
So we got some clones coming up and taking standbys. I guess they're waiting for Maul to jump in on them.
I mean, he's just hoping to prevent that.
Yeah.
They're clearly not aggressively moving up that hill. They're not even doing a full, a full speed 2 move. It's just, hey, I'm going to move and standby because I've got nothing else really better to do. But also, I can't have Maul come up here and saber throw my butt.
Yeah, Molly. Yep. Molly. We don't want Molly coming in and saber throwing at range 2. That is unfortunate.
These standbys mean a lot different nowadays.
Is that a Molly Ringwald joke?
I think so. By the way, Kyle Dornbos has hidden himself away behind a rock because he's taking 2 wounds. The tactical droid, Kyle Dornbos, not the Kyle Dornbos, the player.
Well, I mean, he's who knows? I mean, he might even have like a small rock formation that he suns himself on every day. I don't know what that lizard man does.
Is he cold-blooded? Is he Bosk?
I mean, it's a great question. He could just be a lizard man. I don't know.
He could be a reptilian.
He could be a reptilian. There it is.
Yeah,
he could actually
a reptiloid alien.
I believe that it's pronounced Trandoshan. I mean, like,
Trandoshan.
Trandoshan or Trandoshan. I don't know.
Trandoshan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trandoshan.
So interesting. Kyle opted not to take the shot with those B2s and instead tuck them behind another line of sight blocker. The green ones are by Rex.
Interesting. I mean, it didn't seem like there was a ton of risk, but I think it's fair. There's not really a great way to get an order out to those guys.
Yeah.
So he probably didn't want to hang them out to dry. So fair enough.
Yeah, I think he deployed them over there as bait, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, well, also as everything pushes up, right? The closer they get to the B2s, the more threatening they are. Yeah. Rex and this unit are now both at a move to range 2.
Oh, yeah.
Is that that couldn't be a bait, could it? Just try to get him to push forward and then clank him when he's stuck out there.
Yeah, that's something that Mike would do. I don't know if Kyle will take it.
And this rotation is so interesting though with that VAP on that hill. It really seems that Mike is second guessing that VAP placement.
See, Eric mentioned this earlier, and I didn't think that Mike would do it. but he is splitting his army up right now. And you know, I think Eric, you mentioned that because of the way the board state was going, is he almost would have to, the way he was, you know, deploying Rex and where he was, you know, scouting partying. I don't really like Pink moving there, if I'm being honest.
I mean, he might even be thinking to himself, well, okay, you know what, actually, I've got 2 commanders. I can handle, you know, a wider front just due to all the different things that are going on. Okay,
Sure.
fine. But it's, I mean, you're right. It does seem like largely unnecessary. I mean, he has to commit so much now to make to make this hilled evaporator work for him. And then he's got to stay there and just accept fire from the entire rest of Kyle's army, while Rex and Pink and maybe even Yellow are just kind of off in the middle here, and maybe they'll plink away at Green and they'll have a good old time. But that point discrepancy there, or that discrepancy even just in force, right, is exactly what Kyle wants. He wants to swing the biggest part of his army over to the smallest part, or at least that reduced part of those clones up on the hill. And so far, it looks like he's able to do it. I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody can move and things could shift pretty quickly, but it does look like he is playing into Kyle's favor here.
Fun fact, by the way, a phase 2 with offensive push, 93 points. A B2 Ha with Tactoroid, 93 points.
Ooh.
So blue player advantage is maintained if they trade 1 for 1.
Interesting.
Yeah, one thing to note, Maul did get a precision scopes. He just jumped over and snagged that.
Ooh, that's
there you go.
Pretty,
that's
pretty
nice
good.
for Maul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So
and just more maneuvering too. This arc double moving again for Dashz.
By the way, Lord Dorn coming in with a 20. Thank you so much. It's been great. I recommended Resolve to Lord Dorn, and he's been learning that video editing software, and so we're both learning Resolve as part of just an effort to get better at video editing, just period, as a skill thing. Resolve, by the way, it's completely
training experience.
Exactly, it's completely free. It's made by Black Magic, who sells like really expensive consoles and cameras, and so why not distribute a free video editor? So the people can
arc welder for the probe droid.
Huh. Interesting pull. I guess you could put it on a B2.
Yeah, any of your droids, not terrible. I guess marksman on those probe droids, he's gonna be spottering, so rarely ever taking a name.
So I think it is interesting to note that Maul tapped the supply crate, and then moved back. He did not put an extra wound on that objective tear.
I think he's taking his time. Like,
I mean, he does have it.
Yeah. Right. He's currently, his stuff is fairly safe. He's not in a too dangerous spot from a take that clankers quite yet. Most things have line of sight they can duck behind, and he's blue, so he might just be, playing the patient game as he can.
So the move, not to like cycle back here, the move from Pink from Mike, and the way no, I'm getting to a point. And the way that Kyle is playing his VAP, it goes to show you that Kyle is comfortable, and I don't think Mike is comfortable right now, essentially. Because there's one thing that Mike always talks about clones for me: keep them together, spend your surges, go crazy. But if Pink and now Yellow moving up and they're separating, and he is splitting his army, Mike's not going to have like shots that he's used to because he's split up. Like, he's used to always spending a ton of aims and a ton of surges because they're all there for those resources. But if orange, yellow, and red are way away because they have to man the hill, he's going to have a lot less tokens than he's used to. Because what I think he's trying to do is trying to open up a better clanker shot now that he saw the sight lines weren't that great on the hill. But now he has to maintain the hill. I just think that he might get let down by the dice, or I should say by the dice manipulation at hand, than he's used to on this clankers, if that's what he's trying to set up.
Right, I think he's just trying to open another angle into the droid camp here, and also protect his back evaporator, of course. He can't get to Maul, sadly. I mean, maybe he can. Maybe he's thinking, I got to move clank into Maul, but there's no way he can get it. There's just no way at all.
I mean, he could but he'd have to swing everyone out to the right, and then those B2s are there to just like lay waste. Like why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't even know if with one move if they could get a shot on Maul. He's real safe. Yeah, I expect him to follow up behind those green B2s. Just get to cover.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot. To be able to, or to have the foresight to pull that out and actually, okay, great. That's where I want to be. And that's kind of where I want to see where this silhouette ends up. He doesn't want that tactical droid getting sniped or anything like that. And yeah, absolutely filing them all in behind this rock formation here. Great spot for these B2s. Oh,
I want to talk. Sorry, I was muted that whole time. What an amateur. So let me start over. So I want to speak to Imperial Sympathizer. Thank you for 25, and then thank you so much. I appreciate it. The support's been amazing tonight from everyone that's tipped so far. And then the other thing I want to take care of is something out of Canada. We got another supply crate coming in, and it looks like it's going to be another Bacta, but it's going to be for the clone. So they've split the Bactas 1-to-1. But before I go too much further, we received in Team League a donation of a box from the organization called Firefighters Without Borders, a box of a limited edition Luke Skywalker that is going to become the best captain award for Hero League. So the team that wins Hero League, their captain is going to receive a limited edition Luke Skywalker courtesy of Firefighters Without Borders. And I have a little bit of a blurb from them to read for that support.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so Firefighters Without Borders helps fire departments around the world to protect and serve their communities. They provide training and equipment based on individual fire department needs. They most recently donated 3 fire trucks from the city of Calgary in Alberta, Canada, to departments in the country of Belize that currently don't have proper apparatus. So if you want to help Firefighters Without Borders, you can go to firefighterswithoutborders.org/donate. Stay safe out there. May the force be with you. So
that's pretty badass.
Yeah, that is really, really cool. Thank you, Rowdy Canadian, the guy that reached out with that extra box for our team league. The winner of Hero League, the captain of that team, will receive that limited edition Luke Skywalker mini. So
right.
That's the plug I got. I'm super thrilled at the amount of support.
Yeah, dude, that's super awesome. Team League this year looks shaping up to be quite the event, sir.
Yeah, I'm anticipating a huge registration. I'm hoping, but
is there a cap for any of this?
There is no cap on Hero League right now. Initially, I capped at 16, and I'm expanding by pods of 4. So if we get 24 teams, we'll have 6 pods. If we get 36 teams, we'll have 9 pods. It'll just be pods on pods, and hopefully people will stick it out for the length of season. It's all the same length of season. It just actually gets longer depending on the number of single limbs we have, because it's 2 rounds for each round of single limbs.
Yeah.
So
I think it's crazy that Legion as a community has grown during this pandemic. Like, how many board games can say that their community has gotten even bigger during this time? It's pretty awesome having, the tabletop simulator mod team and Vader League and Yavinbase, like keeping the community alive during all this.
Yeah, we're really happy about being able to hold space for the community like that. Just hold the space open and say hey, we're still here. We're interested in competitive Legion, and we just want to keep doing that as much as possible.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, neither side has really done any damage. I mean, I guess the clones did some small amount of damage to the B1 battle droids, but neither side has really taken any casualties in any major way. Sky Shuffler in the chat was asking what's the game state. Well, it's really not much to say other than they're just jockeying for position. Evaporators are not even touched by either side. It's pure. Actually, that's not true. We have one set of commandos that tapped Evaporator, and that's it. So
we're getting to the point where Kyle's getting into positions where I don't know if Mike can even like get to the shots that he's going to be looking for.
Yeah, I mean, right. I mean, clones are, they excel at being able to shoot and survive their way out of whatever situation they find them in, right? But to that point, they're not in a lot of great spots to really take advantage of those sort of innate traits. Kyle, perhaps if I want to say he's a stronger objective player and most certainly strong at VAPs, and as I don't know, as boring as it may have been for that first round, he's been putting on a show in terms of the positioning and the situations he's able to create on the board.
And we got double standing orders coming out right here. So each player wanting to get that last move potentially for Maul or to prevent Maul, most likely.
I don't even think it's about that. It's just they have nothing else to play here. What does Kyle have to gain by playing any of his cards? What does Mike have to gain by playing any of those cards? Like, they can hold them for later. And that's the thing about standing orders. Like, I feel like sometimes, like, you can get concerned playing standing orders in, like, round 2 or 3. There are plenty of games where playing it turns 2 or 3 to save a card for later is well worth it. I think both players are in that situation here. They're jockeying in position, like we've been saying, but like there's nothing threatening anywhere really. So why waste a card when you can bank it for later?
He's done a great job, Kyle, of positioning so that there's no good clanker shots for this turn. So that was the big fear, is he's going to move in, get some clankers, but those sight lines are just all plugged up.
I mean, the idea that both players are playing standing orders is a huge win for Kyle, frankly.
Oh, easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, easily. This favors Kyle dramatically. He's got so much better coverage with standing orders.
If we were to go back and watch all of Mike's VODs, whatever exists of Mike's VODs playing Rexstar, I will almost bet every penny that I own that he has never had a game where he hasn't played Take That Clankers past round 2. So, and I think we've discussed this on the cast, David, and I think we discussed it like elsewhere, right? If Take That Clankers is like one of those cards where you play like turns 1 or 2, and at any time after round 2, its value just gets diminished.
Right. So he's created this delay Kyle has.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
Also, each turn, right? Kyle has 3 1 pips. So something to keep in mind is after this next turn, if he doesn't play one, he will have priority or a fight for priority every turn from here on out.
First, these B2s, blue B2s, they're going to put wounds on Evaporators here. So Kyle is now ahead on Vaps by 2. The clones sort of balked at doing their own Evaporator here because Maul is threatening it. I mean, eventually he's going to have to bite on this Vap. Maybe he waits until the last turn of the game and tries to fix it to avoid Maul jumping in. But man, that
also
is
something to note. We hit 104 just now.
What?
In viewers. So
nice.
This is a new record for TTS viewership.
I think that is a record for TTS Legion viewership at 100. I have 105 on my end. But yeah, it lags, but that's amazing. Hey, 104, what's up, Deck? Incredible. Thanks, everyone. Gosh.
All right, we got another pull from the ARC Trooper in the backfield here, taking a field scanner in addition to that holo projector, kitting out all of those clones with all sorts of good tokens, including order tokens.
More tokens is always good.
And to answer Imperial Sympathizer in the chat here, and I've alluded to it almost to the point where I might be beating a dead horse, but I really think that Mike put that Vap on that hill, right? And he thought he was going to scouting party onto that hill and have a field day with droids, essentially. He'd be looking down over the hill. He would have been hitting those boxes for light cover, maybe. I don't even know. I think he thought he would have more opportunities to shoot things on that hill. So he put that Vap on the hill, essentially thinking he could look down on Kyle and just rip shots. If you were to look on that hill, that is not the case. Like, I really think that's what happened. Now that Vap is just in a horrible position for Mike for a lot of reasons.
I think
those
Kyle's
sight lines
deployment
weren't
just
there.
prevented that.
That too.
Yeah.
Kyle putting Maul there also screws that up, right? I still think that if Mike had the sight lines that he thought he was going to have, he wouldn't have cared about Maul, though, personally. After seeing Mike play so many times, he can be so aggressive at times that he doesn't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would have kept Rex on the hill, and he would have kept Call Me Captain and hope that Maul when Maul comes in, he can see him see, you know?
Okay. Okay. I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
Well, I mean, you didn't really leave for us.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I forgot.
I had to mute myself laughing because
Same.
Oh, sorry.
we didn't quite know what was going
muted
on.
for
We didn't know
this-
if you were
okay.
hot mic in there for a
Okay,
second.
I was hot micing. My wife came in. She was helping me with something. I
Ah,
asked her if she was one of the donos. Because I'm just in disbelief at the amount of outpouring here.
oh man.
Oh goodness.
What's funny was like you said I muted myself, but then we kept on hearing you.
Yeah. Because you're in Zoom. Because I didn't mute Zoom, I muted Streamlabs. That's what happened.
Of course.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more interesting
You're
things.
blasting your wife over Twitch.
Oh no! Absolutely not. I would never dream of doing that. She's been nothing but a support in this whole endeavor. I'm one of the luckiest people. Just period, to have a wife that supports my gaming hobby, my addiction.
Yeah, shout out to the Legion wives. For,
Yes, Legion
letting
wives.
grown men spend
Props.
hundreds of
Big
dollars
props.
on plastic toys.
Yes. every Legion wife out there, big props.
This ARC Trooper just sort of scooting out for a pot shot at some droids at long range. Not really much else to shoot at.
Yeah, there's
there.
just no meaningful shots that Mike can take right now. It's really tough. Like, Kyle is playing this super tight.
And to that point, he's playing the game he wants to play. He knows he's got the advantage as blue player on Babs. He knows he's got to force Mike to do something. And I don't know, Mike's largely moving sideways. So I don't know.
I'm telling you right now, the last thing you ever want to see when you're playing against Kyle is where he takes a deployment that has like some sort of lateralness to it and he turns it vertical. Like Major Offensive has, the L shape to it, but Kyle has essentially turned this into Long March, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aside from like the one set of B2s that I think is just there to be a threat. Like I don't think they're actually meant to really do much. They're just there to kind of like make sure that Mike doesn't move to the middle for free, right?
Right.
Kyle has turned this into Long March, which is normally fine, I think, for clones. I think clones are fine playing Long March because they can shoot, long. But the issue is where Maul is and how this terrain is interacting. Kyle's at the point where he's turned Long March into like Long March and you can't see me, which is not good for what Mike needs to do.
He was not able to terrain scope the heavy weapon.
He came close.
Yeah, but he
real
could
close.
not get it.
But there was just one other B1 back that way.
Mike is really good at finding those shots. He really is. He did that I think twice against Luke last year in Vader League Finals. I think he took out 2 of Luke's heavy weapons out in that game, if I recall correctly.
Boy, tucking these B2s in, just hanging out. This is our rock. There's not a care in the world. Gonna move in, maybe pick up a dodge. See, I don't know. Are they like, I don't know, like droid camp songs that they have to be singing to each other at this point in time? I don't know. Maybe we can ask the robot himself. Well, I don't know.
We'll row the old AAT along, and we'll all hang on behind.
What droid songs he'd sing at camp.
Yeah, I wonder what he would sing at camp.
I mean, he is the tactical droid.
That's true. Like when he was but a wee tactical droid, newly minted, newly manufactured, his circuits shining and pressed, newly pressed out of the factory.
What songs would a droid sing?
Definitely not Kumbaya.
Roger, 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 Roger.
Roger, Roger, Lord. Wait a minute, that's Kumbaya.
It would be the blue song, but with Roger in it.
All right, some more.
Looks like Dashz is getting some more B1 shots.
Yeah, more ARC troopers
and
into
doing
B1
what he can. Not necessarily the juiciest target, but the only target. So shooting them.
Just 2 squads of B1s or B2s waiting to full commit. Oh man, y'all see that Eggplantosaurus Rex is actually in terrible, terrible danger right now.
Yeah,
like he's got 2 squads of B2s ready to jump out there and just blow Rex up.
So interesting though, right? One of those is already gone. The blue one. I think Kyle is just going to keep them there, basically just as a threat of. He's about to essentially. I expect him to tuck everything he can behind line of sight blockers right now, and then just say like, "Come towards me."
I think Eggplantosaurus Rex has to rotate back towards the hill.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think Rex is actually kind of sticking his nose out there, and he's going to get it chopped off.
I'm actually surprised that he didn't. I'm actually surprised he didn't activate him first, so you can get 2 aims to back up the arcs. To be honest with you.
And the droid's pulling a hollow projector or an arc welder. Good choices there. Probably the arc welder because he's not shy of orders. I'd almost take the hollow just to deny it. Because clones with hollow projectors are terrifying.
Yes.
There it is. There's the 4th wound on that rear objective.
And a scale up for vision. Nice.
Jumping up top. And now he can see these clones and start taking blinking shots over that hill.
Yeah, just try to aggravate them and bait them forward towards Maul.
Or, I mean, they're going to have to come forward regardless. And
You're right.
He already has shots, so anything that's touching that VAP, that sniper can just pretty safely just keep shooting.
That actually makes anything touching that VAP, I think, an open shot, depending on how they cohere. There's potential for open shots now from this cliff position now. Ooh, can you get to range 4 and threaten Clankers? Oh, man. He's got range 3, but no vision there. Doesn't want to walk into an unactivated
Oh,
B2.
no, he's coming back. All right, so
wow.
That VAP is coming back to bite him so much.
Yeah, it really is. That forward evaporator.
I don't think he can afford this play. I don't think he can.
No, I think he has to commit. He has to like.
He has to.
Because there's nothing small enough to pick off, right? If there's no units just to schwack and get ahead. So he needs to commit and just win the attrition fight.
It's like not even about that though. If like it is, mind you, but like if he doesn't get to tap that VAP, like it doesn't even matter what he kills. He can kill all of Kyle's army, but if Kyle stops him from tapping his own VAP, it doesn't even matter. And I think I don't want to say that Mike is panicking because I don't think Mike would actually.
He's not panicking, but yeah.
But like he is definitely not in the right frame of mind that he normally is. Like he is trying to figure out how to handle this evaporator, and his plan A has gone to crap.
Yeah, his original plan here, whatever it was, is basically falling apart due to the way that Kyle is punishing this evaporator placement.
Yeah, man, I've heard Kyle say it before, I think on the Scoundrels multiple times, that some of his favorite games are VAPS games. There's almost no shots taken because it's like chess. And, you can tell he's quite good at this positioning here. Just really forcing, Dashz is in unideal positions if he doesn't want to get shot, or if you go to ideal positions, you're going to get lit up by Kyle's positioning. So,
yeah, this is not the game that Mike wants to play. Mike wants to just Mike wanted to take a pile of dice basically and throw it at Kyle's face. If whatever the equivalent of taking Legion dice and throw it in Kyle's face, but like in a nice way and not causing bodily harm, that is what Mike wants to do. And that is not happening here.
Well, like, I think what Mike has to do is he has to aggressively move and subvert this northern rock, if nothing else. Because these B2s, relatively speaking, are kind of stranded from the rest of the army.
Right.
And I think that's what Mike should be looking to punish here.
Getting split up, right? B2s are fine with splitting up because they don't lose any efficiency, but the more this clone force has to. Because, right, with everything else of Kyle's like force here, if Dashz really wants to commit to pushing up this hill, he needs to have that full clone ball to activate token sharing and dodge sharing and all that to out attrition him.
Right. So I'm putting some arrows on the screen for people that are watching the stream. There's a big orange arrow representing the force that Mike is beginning to project down the field into this lane. And then there's the second arrow with a right angle showing where he should probably go and start fighting. He could also start fighting from the top of the hill here where the circle is.
It's just so tough, right? Because that's a lot of moving that he needs to do, which is turns where he's not aiming.
Yep, turns where he's not stacking aims unless he's using no push. And he's trying to engage droids, which are armored. And fortunately not vigilant.
Likely going to be in heavy cover, right? Like,
right.
They'll be in heavy cover. They've got armor. They'll have a surge token built in. They're not going to be easily dislodged. A full turn of, take that Clankers is not going to kill a B2 unit in that position.
Meanwhile, you've got Maul threatening the Evaporator as he has been for the entire game down south here and putting this in a double lined arrow. This is the big play that people that he's trying to avoid. Mike is,
and I mean, even if you say, right, hey, the directions that Mike can project force right now are on those orange arrows.
Yeah,
none of the objectives are there.
Right.
Yeah,
they're just they're just absent. They're absent.
Maul just pushes up then, and I think he needs to commit to pushing up that VAP hill and just plan on outgunning all that stuff and just hoping he can get some, big hits on Maul with some kicking clones. Feels bad, but I don't know what else he's going to be able to pull out here.
I don't know. I think it's honestly probably too late for that. He's in a bad position to do any or all of those things. I don't know. I have to imagine that Dashz does have a game plan here that he is trying to come up with something. But you're right. He's either not in the right position for it, or he's not getting to those positions fast enough to make anything happen.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to think a couple things here. I'm starting to think that all of the games that he's played with Kyle in the past has come back to bite him, because I'm starting to think that maybe he did not expect Kyle to play the 2-pip and infiltrate him where he did. And I could see that. Maybe he's played against Kyle playing Maul, and he hasn't infiltrated him in most of those games. So he's like, all right, maybe he won't infiltrate him. That's where it's coming back to bite him, playing all those games with Kyle. Number two, what I'm thinking is the orange squad on the hill is just going to be the VAP lackey, and he's going to move, tap the VAP, and try and first them, tap the VAP, and get out. It doesn't answer the Maul question, but now that I'm looking at it, and this is probably why he just backed up yellow and rotated them towards the middle, is he actually kind of left himself no space to get 2 bases on that VAP. Essentially, he put that condition token there, and he has no way to tap that VAP twice this round, essentially. So why move forward if you're not going to be able to do the job you're trying to do? So orange is closer to the VAP. So I'm starting to make sense of why he rotated yellow back. I don't know if it's enough though. I understand rotating them back. It doesn't answer the question of what do you do if Maul comes around the corner and starts tapping that VAP. Because I still think that Rex should not be going the direction that Rex is going. I understand going the direction.
Ooh, well, Rex is getting real aggressive here.
Yeah, he is. And I'm not necessarily a fan of this situation. Because I really think that Rex is your true hedge bet against Maul if you were to come across the hill.
Well,
right?
And B2s can kill Rex too.
Yeah.
These clones are pretty far behind Rex, and I don't know if Rex going toe to toe with 2 beefy B2s is what he wants to be doing.
What is going on here? I mean, sure, right? There's a standby on one clone unit back here, and getting the last activation this turn. Mike will be able to activate orange as the very last unit. But it still doesn't preclude Maul from just diving in there and force pushing him either away or into melee or whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
Maul is just gonna have a field day with whatever's going on up there. Like, he's gonna be able to go in full health potentially. I mean, it's looking like maybe late turn 2, turn 3, and he's not gonna hit much resistance, right? If Maul can get started slicing and dicing things up there, he can easily start taking out, a unit every 2 turns, or even in 1 turn if he gets aimed up properly.
Mm-hmm.
What is Rex doing here?
I mean, this still could be, I don't know. It still could be a decent, I don't know if you want to call it a bait play, right? He still has, if Maul does make an aggressive play up this hill, there's still a ton of clones downhill that can just say, all right, well, we'll just take that clanker from downhill and we'll try to gun Maul down from off of the hill. There's a lot of activations, right, that'll go back and forth in that, so it's not a foolproof plan.
Yeah. But Maul can stand by, right? He doesn't have to attack, and then you can't shoot him. My point is, if anything goes up there that's clones, Maul can just stay in there safely. If Kyle plays it right, there's nothing Dashz can do to get Maul out of melee.
It boils down to that Mike actually has to basically tip his hand, and Kyle doesn't have to tip anything. Maul can just literally stand behind that rock and not tip his hand, and whether he's going left, right, center, back, it doesn't. Maul just needs to stand there, and he's doing enough.
He's doing tons.
Yeah, like Mike literally has to rotate so much right now that he's essentially saying, hey, I'm doing this. I have to do this. You kind of can just respond to it at whatever. And yeah.
Okay, I'm alive again. Okay, so the bot's been fixed. The lists are in now. We fixed it. Ryger or Rager, thank you for 25. Amazing once again. I agree with everything. Ryga, is that his name?
Oh, I was just.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you knew him.
Oh no, I'm just calling his name out. Hey, thanks.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that so much, Ryger. So yeah, Rex moving turbo aggressive here. I don't understand it necessarily.
He has to make a play. So
yeah, he's got to make a play somehow.
He's got to be aggressive somewhere, right? That's the downside of apps as red player.
I feel like he is going to try. The thing about this is I think Mike is just going to run out of time for what he's trying to do. I think what he wants to do is try and set up like a crazy, take that clankers with Rex fire support shot. Because then you get surge crit and you can just lay waste to Maul behind that cover, behind that crate. But by the time that he has that set up, it's going to be too late. I think he still has to rotate a clone unit by Rex to do that. And I'm just trying to figure out what he's trying to do. But what else would Rex be doing there other than take that clank? I know take that clankers is always focused on the core, right? Rex on take that clankers is still really good, especially if something fire supporting it and you're trying to delete something, especially with the free order from 5s and direct and things like that. You're getting orders out when you're not, so you're not necessarily wasting clankers because you're still getting your orders out, right? I could see that being the case, but I just don't think he's going to get into position in the time that he needs it to happen.
Hit up once again, and it is going to be another holo projector for the clones. And that's going on to the clone commander, so direct and a holo projector on the clone commander. Wild.
2 holo projectors and direct is real great order control whenever you want.
Right, so that's the thing, Kodak, right? He doesn't need to take bait. He is in control. He's like Cad Bane, but better. Though that's not very hard.
And in every way possible.
like every other operative in the game. Sorry, Cad.
Sorry, Cad.
Yeah, Maul. I mean, Maul especially though. I feel like this invader, some players have really shown just how solid and flexible he is. Like the fact that he can saber throw 4 red dice, solid pierce and impact attack, great against vehicles. He can dive in safely by being able to take standbys. He's just such a flexible piece that he can really do whatever you want whenever you need it.
And he's in a faction that supports Force users properly. His words. Meaning they have a lot of cheap core and great order control.
All right. Well, these guys will take a shot. I think if he forward coheres, he might be getting some shots with these phase 2s.
Yeah, he feels like he needs to make something happen.
I mean,
he has to. I think.
Yeah,
he does.
End, right? Like, okay, great. He's gonna avoid 4 of those shots.
Like, he has to get the ball rolling somewhere. I think.
Heavy cover dodge armor, just looking for crits. He's got Rex with an aim. He's got 5s with an aim. He's got an ARC Trooper with an aim. You know, he's got something to work with there. Just tries to get a bunch of crits out.
I still think he's trying to set up some sort of Rex fire support shot.
Yeah, just getting crits
for next rolling. Turn. I do think that's what he's trying to do.
You mean Eggplantosaurus Rex?
Yeah, Eggplantosaurus Rex.
Can't forget it.
And to the point of the chat talking about Rex maybe being bait, Eggplantosaurus Rex, that is, I don't think you can afford to bait Rex because he has yet to play a single Rex command card. So like, you can't afford to lose Eggplantosaurus Rex's cards.
Yeah, I mean, I take that Clankers also on some B1s could be potential what he's going for. With these aggressive phase 2 pushes, he can move down the hill to try and hit some of those.
Oh no!
B1s,
what did he do?
He triggered a standby.
Oh
no!
Like, oh my goodness! Now he has to take saves.
The worst part about that is
there's heck of dodges.
I'm sure Kyle even asked, "Hey, are those guys done moving?" And Kyle said, "Yeah, they're in their final spot." Okay, and I'm gonna measure range, and oh hey, that guy's just.
This is one of those moments where I wish our faces were on the cast because I'm pretty sure they all just dropped.
At last, we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last, we will have revenge.
It's a lot of dodges.
That's
there,
brutal.
It's fair.
Hey,
he's
Evan,
just gonna move him away.
Oh man, even better.
Move away. That's perfect. I love it. Why shoot clones backed up by 4 dodges? You can just move away.
Maybe it was intentional. He wanted to trip that standby, and Kyle was like, "Thank you for the free move."
Yeah, that's playing right into Kyle's hands.
Yeah, don't walk away from me. I'm talking to you. Oh my gosh.
Man.
This is just manner standby right here.
Oh, a little bit of decision making from Kyle. Maybe he is going to attack.
Oh,
all right. So he is going for the shot.
Oh, he's gonna miss one of the droids, but he's gonna go for the shot with the.
I like the move
it's
better.
Still blast though.
It's blast. I liked the move better. These clones are backed by 4 dodge tokens.
Yeah, I like that move better there.
Is this in the open? Is he touching that box?
It's blast. It's in the open.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the open automatically.
I mean, yeah.
I don't even know if the T series can see.
I don't know either.
But that's not. I mean, that's gonna get 2 dodges and then 2 saves. You'd be lucky if he kills 1. I liked the move better.
I mean, of course, we could be going through the motions with these shots, and it still won't matter because of where Maul is. But hey, let's make it exciting regardless, right? That Maul is just in a great spot. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh,
nice. Kills 1 clone. The first clone to be killed.
So I think we're gonna see like a wound for a wound here. That's about
it. Kyle being kind and letting Mike play the game. Sometimes I feel that way against Kyle. Oh my goodness. There have been times.
Oh jeez.
All right, Mike now shooting -1 clone. Gonna make it harder to force crits. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
At last we will roll some dice in this game.
Hey, coming out with no crits there. Is he
Yeah.
going to spend those aims? Probably. I mean, he's
Probably.
got nothing else to use.
It's the last
haven't seen
activation
what
of the turn. One of the last.
No. They're still
One of,
orange. Yeah,
yeah.
still orange.
Yeah. It's the only meaningful shot those aims could possibly be spent on. So
Yeah, unless one of them got a beam cannon somewhere. This is about all it's shooting.
See, this is why we need indirect fire weapons in Legion.
I mean, he just spent a surge.
This is why you need to give a new heavy for the clones, which is that freaking beam tank or whatever.
He's not spending anything.
Oh my goodness. I guess he just figures it's futile.
Is there something else in that?
Maybe
Yellow, maybe?
Maybe yellow.
Yellow.
Yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Ouch.
I think we're gonna see Rex go like to the right, and we're gonna see a fire supported shot or two. He's gonna do something with yellow and pink here. Why else? Why else put them all out on a limb? Eat the standby shot. Put Rex in the middle of nowhere. Unless you're gonna be like go all in on the ballsy play. But again, he still has yet to touch that VAP. I'm assuming orange goes for a move. Tap the VAP here, but like, I don't know.
I just don't think you can actually subvert Maul's position without coming too close to him.
Yeah,
I mean, it's inside that, what is it, 12 inches plus 4,
Right.
16-inch range.
To even get close to that position. Like, the only way you can actually subvert this part of the board is by shooting from behind.
Right.
Like, it's rough. You need some assault unit in your list. But it's clones, so the only assault units you have right now are Jedi.
Right.
Or just more phase 2s. Hey.
I mean, hey. Phase 2s can do the job sometimes.
Sometimes.
They've definitely punched Maul to death in multiple games this season.
So it looks like we're going to have another Cohere out with yellow, possibly trying to, fish for some more crits here. He's going to have to move back with yellow if he wants to even get all the aims that are involved. It's not the end of the world, but possible.
I'm telling you, Mike came into this game with like plan A, B, C, D, and E. And right now we're witnessing plan F, I think. Like, I just don't think that he had ever thought that he would be trekking across the middle of the map and cohering the way that he is doing to just get shots on B2s behind us like a rock. I just don't think that this is what he was expecting here.
Yeah, I think that VAP, he just totally underestimated, Kyle throwing a VAP right next to it with Maul. Like that line of sight blocker, Maul could just jump right over it. So I think, right, was that his first VAP or second VAP? I can't remember, but yeah, I don't think he foresaw this whole position happening. I think if he did,
well, he doesn't have a force user. He can't see the future.
Exactly. You can't force.
And he has
push
no
things
jetpacks on
into
Rex, so he
standbys.
doesn't. He's like, oh, there's a hill. You can't get through that. Jump doesn't exist.
And I told him so many times to put jetpack on Rex.
Yeah.
I told him, just take 5s and put him in a phase 1. I want the extra surge.
All right, yellow's coming up. Yellow can do something with the aims, hopefully.
The man loves his surges.
At least he's getting shots on target. Something is being shot, which is the goal here, as rather than nothing being shot. So the first hurdle is finding things to shoot. The second hurdle is actually doing damage.
Apparently, the first hurdle is making these minis actually stay up on this hill.
Oh gosh, these hills are so problematic. That's something we need. We need more people to fix. We need more people to fix colliders. Is what we need. Because
that's fair.
Colliders are definitely one of the banes of TTS Legion right now.
And we have Dashz.
Yep, there's Dashz.
Looks like everybody's within line of sight. They've got the range.
3 aims. Let's do this. Come on, clones.
3. Do it.
I am openly rooting for clones because I am a clone player also.
I'm thinking that Mike held onto the aims because this will be an extra black die in this pool. It's the only thing I could think of, right? Because the other one was missing a black die from the shot from the B2s. Oh,
there we go.
That's a little better.
That's a good start.
It's not bad.
Decent start, yeah.
Yep. See if you can generate any more. That could actually remove a model. Hits are basically meaningless here. Only crits matter.
Yeah.
All
hits are meaningless.
We're
got a couple of surges.
We're just in a void. Nothing that can be done. Actually, hits matter now that he's got 4 with surges.
Yeah, it matters.
Now hit matters again.
All hits matter.
There's a hit.
All right.
Well, all further hits matter.
All further.
Hits didn't matter until just now. Oh gosh, R1.
All right. Well, one last aim.
You're leading me down a path I can't follow. You're breaking my heart.
Oh man. All right. Well, it does look like it'll force a total of three saves.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. All things considered.
Yeah, that's probably a dead B2.
Play at least one dead B2 mini. And yep. Ooh, nice hit. Okay.
And an extra wound. All right.
Those hot saves for Kyle. No longer there.
Will this force a reaction from Kyle? Will he finally go for it? I mean, I don't think so, but let's see what happens to him. He's got some observation tokens out.
Oh man, he's not being aggressive with Maul at all.
Yep. Just
there it
chill,
is.
Dodge.
Congratulations, Dodge. And dodge and take care of the last wound on the vape. So that's both of Kyle's Vaps right now, all fully wounded out at the end of turn 2. There are no. Oh wait, no, I take that back. One of Dash's Vaps has been repaired by one.
So one interesting thing about this position that he has is Kyle's B2s behind that rock formation cannot really double move to get out of there due to take that clankers. Right, because they're at range 2, and so that leaves Dash's the speed 2 move and a range 4 shot, and so these B2s will have to stick up this fight. So this aggressive move may work on this flank, but again, that still doesn't answer the whole Vaps issue.
So with Maul passing there, this is actually really advantageous because these clones are going to get up here. They're going to do Evaporator wound, I'm sure, and they're going to get a supply token or supply drop, and it's going to be a grapnel harpoon for scale. That could actually be substantially useful here with those grapnel harpoons, since you can scale down the cliff face. Speaking of which, Ascension Cables is like my favorite upgrade with Agent Callus because of the free recovers.
Yeah.
Makes him real fast.
Yeah, he's super fast. I really like him as a character. I just wish he had Impervious. Because then he'd be just a lot better. But he's just, he's not quite there. He's just
regular Callus, man.
Yeah, I know. He's not wearing like Mandalorian armor. He's not an ARC trooper. He doesn't have the support of lore to make him really, really powerful like that.
Hey, he's immune piercing melee, right, with the staff at least.
That's true.
The bow staff. All
yeah,
of
I've been
Callus's
looking
bow
at some
staff skills.
A Callus gun line for Empire because he feels kind of like a Rex.
Yeah, I actually played a Callus Shores list the other day, and I was impressed.
I think contingencies with Callus is kind of a bait. He seems almost stronger as a solo commander because you can slap aggressive tactics on him, and he's like a decent linebacker, objective player.
So what I did was I built a list with Callus and a Dewback in it, which was kind of interesting. The Dewback actually munched R2-D2, so it was somewhat useful in against the Rebels. But I did ultimately lose because I was playing against Keegan, and Keegan was doing some nonsense with Lando and Idiot's Array with uplinked veterans. So I got hit by 2 sharpshooter blasts with like 6 black each.
Oh,
from
nice.
Lando.
Nice.
Yeah, because when you gunslinger with Lando, it's 2 sharpshooter 2 shots. So if you fire support both shots, that's like 6 black, no cover. And with Pierce,
Oh yeah,
it,
no cover.
you
Pierce
just get
1. That's pretty good.
And marksman, so it just
And
ruins you. It just completely ruins you.
What do you think we see for cards here? I'm thinking a 3-pip from Mike for orders, maybe, or ambush.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
at last,
Kyle
He
just wanted last. That's just for the wound.
oh, and blue
Yeah.
loses priority. That's even better.
Yeah, Mike is probably he's gonna go for the tap of the VAP and get out, I guess.
I mean, that only does so much.
I know.
If only because Maul can again just sort of stand right there. And you know, I have to wonder, is there enough room? No, it does look like it's just shy. But if there was enough room for Maul to stand in that little corner between the pond with the cargo crate in it and the edge of the board and that cliff face right next to the evaporator there, that would be
disgusting.
Boy, yeah, it would be. It really would be.
Yeah, truly.
I'm not sure.
Man,
I
it's
want to
pretty
say
close.
no, but
It's
we
pretty
don't know how that
close.
collision is, so he might. The collision map for these hill things does not really look like what the actual piece of terrain does. So
Also fair.
it could be bigger or smaller than it looks like.
I'm really surprised at the way that Mike put out his orders.
So Rex has an order.
I would have thought that one of the Z6s on the hill would have gotten order. Because, they're like the ones that are most forward facing. He put them on red or 5s gets the order because, he has to, that's how he gets it out. But then he put it on yellow? Like, I don't know.
So interesting fact here, there are 2 dodges on the clones right now because of the vigilance from the clone commander. So vigilance actually getting some use here since he knows that there's a strong chance B2s will be taking hits. Another upgrade for the orange phase 2s. They finished the evaporator, so the evaporators are complete here. Almost. There's 1 wound left on this north evaporator, but the evaporators on both ends are 1 wound away from completion. So it's going to be a kill points game unless there is some sort of evaporator mess up here with Maul that Kyle is going to try to get done.
I mean, it's also worth noting that the probe droids could also just run over that hill and tap it with hover.
Jennings Soko saying Maul could do like a slide into home style play.
Yeah, you could just rush it with both Maul and the probe droids and hope to hit that VAP and prevent anyone from tapping it back.
Right. You with just 2 units there, yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. I don't know if there's any real way. I mean, I don't know. It's only turn 3, and there's still plenty of time for a lot of these ARC Troopers, Clone Commander, Red Squad, all those folks to sort of rotate back toward this cliff objective. But it does now give these B2s a full disengage.
Yeah, and now that makes
so just going behind another line of sight blocker, just forcing Dashz to have to come even deeper.
Yeah, like it makes it feel like yellow and pink rotated out for absolute no reason.
Huh. Just full retreat that unit away.
I mean, right, he's blue player, so until something goes down, and even if something does go down, that VAP is there, and so...
Yeah, just maintaining that advantage.
Just keep pulling back. The closer they get, he keeps wasting cards over on Mike's side.
I mean, to be fair, pink and blue did come over there for a reason, and that is to create a new angle of attack into that sort of holdout where all the droids are hanging out, and Rex is leading the way in that direction.
He has to be careful too, though, 'cause, right? Maul can also go diving down that center lane if he wants to.
Right, like Maul doesn't have to go to the evaporator. He could just dive on Rex.
Yeah,
that's Molly and Eggplantosaurus Rex to you.
I know, Molly. Molly's got to be careful of the call me captain from Eggplant over here. Asaurus Rex. Yeah. Remember. I don't understand why yellow and pink didn't try to light up as B2s. Yeah.
I thought for sure he was setting up some sort of Rex fire support shot, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought he was going to play like Clankers or something.
He didn't even need Clankers the more I looked at it. He could have just played the ambush, like I said, passed an order from 5s over to like yellow, moved out with Rex and ripped a shot.
I mean, honestly, right now, Clankers could actually kill that orange battle droid unit. If he played Clankers, he could go for orange, pop that unit, and just kill it. He can do 5 wounds. Come on, it's Clankers.
Sure.
And then if he can pull back, right, then just turns the whole thing that now he can shift his entire force towards that back vap, making the Maul dive more dangerous. Right,
like if Kyle sees that, he's just going to shift his battle droids further around the hill.
And now the delay that Kyle's caused on Clankers is seeing its turn, right? Because you see that range 4 shot there, David?
Yeah.
That range 4 shot's about to go away.
Yep.
That B1,
he's
that B1 unit's getting the hell out of there.
Yeah, he knows exactly what's gonna happen here. He's actually
going to line of sight blockers.
Yep, going to retreat to the line of sight blockers. Yep.
Mike is playing the game that Kyle wants him to play. Kyle has effectively Jedi mind tricked him with Darth Maul.
Yep. All of this is predicated on the fact that Maul is threatening Evaporator.
Yep.
Yeah, that angle of attack you
without rolling any attack dice, you can completely control the battlefield.
That angle of attack
your opponent
you worked so hard to acquire is disappearing. Oh my goodness.
I mean, to Orkimedes' credit, right? Like this is why he's still at the level he plays in Legion, right? He could have literally any list on the table here and still be able to perform these types of maneuvers and execute this particular strategy as well as he always has. I mean, to that same point, this is kind of just the up-to-date version of Luke Skywalker, Leia, a bunch of Rebel Z6s, and 3 sniper troopers, right? Like it's just sort of that same style. A few of the names have changed, but organizationally, right, it's still very much that same sort of operating schedule. You've got a force user that's definitely able to use force push. They can do certain very unique things on the table, and then you've got those core supporting chunks around it. This is what he's been good at since I played him at Worlds years ago now. And this is his bread and butter.
So we're setting up a shot into Maul. Unfortunately, there are 2 counterattacks available to Kyle in the form of 2 B2 Haas squads that are certainly going to punish this aggression, but that is what Mike has to do now, looking for shots on Maul, trying to remove the threat of Maul from this board.
He's got 2 aims backed up from Rex here?
Yeah. It's not a bad shot.
No.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he gets that heavy cover. All right, he might be able to thread it through the box.
This is like one of the few angles that he can actually see Maul at. There's like this tiny window.
And he does it looks like.
No. Well, it's a great question on whether you count that as a single terrain piece, right?
Oh, that box.
Weird horizontal thing, right?
So,
yeah, we'll see how the player.
I think that's light cover.
Usually.
Well, if you look down from overhead, right?
Yeah.
The line clearly goes through the boxes.
Right. Oh my god.
So heavy cover
box
crates.
or 2 boxes.
They're discussing it right now. If I'm
they
not
must be discussing. Yep. Instantly
yeah,
a judge call.
Yeah. We're getting a judge call. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I would rule this heavy. I'm with Rehai.
Yeah, I would also rule this heavy because of the top down.
I mean, it's not a feels good, mind you. It's like one of those weird shots that feels terrible, but it's the rule, right? You know.
Yeah, this is something that's worth clarifying before games. I typically play these style of crates as separate ones, but that's like something I declare before the game. Because as we see now, it's if you didn't talk about whether you're playing crates as one big box or each crate is a separate piece of terrain.
Just showing the top-down view on the screen right now, and we can clearly see the line is passing underneath that crate, that second crate over top.
And if it wasn't discussed ahead of time, it's going to default to whatever the tooltips are going to say. Nine times out of 10. So if we had a prediction for it, I'm thinking this is going to come back heavy cover.
Yeah,
we're going to see the ruling on the field is going to stand.
Thanks for the 100 bits. I think it's the first triple figure view on TTS Legion.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, we're up to I think we
had 112, 115. Wow, amazing. That is the same amount of coverage that we would get at a major tournament. Actually, I think major tournaments go from like 110 to about 150.
Well, we are happy to bring this, I'd say oddly exciting game to everybody today. I think it's one of those matches where, not a lot of dice have been thrown. A lot of the game itself has been won or lost so far without anybody rolling a single die. And the sort of the strength of this, you definitely broadcast in your Discord there, my good man.
Discord is up on the stream.
Whoops.
Sorry about that.
No problem. And
display capture. Sorry about that.
That's right. That's what you end up with that display capture. You can't have anything on that.
You can't have anything at all. I forgot to turn display capture off. My bad.
But there it is. Yeah.
Now that I've successfully doxed everyone. Just kidding.
And to your point, Ria, this is one of those nights where it's so going into the cast, like when you have like 4 guys in the booth, you're like, oh, maybe it'll get crowded, or what I mean? This is like one of those times where it's actually a good thing we have 4 guys in the cast because we can kind of shoot the S, and and keep things rolling while nothing is really happening,
I can crack open a bottle of Pinot Noir, and
I was watching you do that, and I'm sitting here like, man, I kind of wish the stream could see this.
I'm gonna have to cut this one out of the VOD.
Oh man,
Oopsie daisy.
Yeah.
What are the dice?
Pretty lackluster. They do have surges.
Terrible.
That's gonna be 3 or so going through, maybe some more, some aims. But even though there's not many shots going, I agree with what you're saying, Eric, that it's still exciting to see because it's some really high-level Legion play. And, many times it comes down to rolling dice. There's pretty clear outs in games like this. It's pretty tough to know what each player's thinking, what they're trying to do. So it's exciting to see.
Whatever the case, Maul is taking 3 here and going to take 2 wounds.
Ooh.
I think he's got a surge. Maybe?
Does he have a surge from AT?
He does have a surge.
So.
Okay, if he has a surge,
1 wound.
I can't tell if it's a surge or.
Well, he has no, he does not, because it was Maul's card.
Maul has.
Oh.
Yep, so Maul's gonna take 2 wounds.
Maul's take 2 wounds.
He only has 2 wounds on his card, so he must have had a surge.
Yeah.
No, I mean he
rolled a block.
He rolled 1 block, 2 surges.
1 block, 2 surges, and so. Did he back to at any point? No, he hasn't backed it.
No, he hasn't backed it yet, so he can strip 1.
Oh, he must not have taken the wound for Juyo.
Yeah, he hasn't gone with Maul.
He hasn't gone with Maul yet. Okay, so that's the first 2 wounds on Maul.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the surge is the T series with reliable, right? Because anytime we see a Maul card, no aggressive tactics, or a Molly card.
We can see Kyle measuring out some double move, force push shenanigans, and he's definitely looking to get into that clone ball somewhere. I don't think do you think he actually needs to activate Maul yet?
I think you hold on. Well, let's see. Depends on Pink, right? It looks like Pink might be able to move shoot Maul again. He might not be wanting to take many more, but One of the interesting things with this big rotation, right? Maul can jump not quite where Eric was talking about behind this rock, but just a little bit lower on this hill and be completely blocked from line of sight.
Yeah.
And then, be within a single turn to get to that VAP.
I mean, we're seeing Kyle make some measurements to give up this position here, which may not be best, but he does have those probe droids, right, that are just as good at taking or putting a wound on that evaporator. It does look like he is going to activate with Maul here.
And does he take I don't think he needs that wound anymore, so
definitely not.
Yeah, probably not. Yep.
Probably not.
Well, one of the unforeseen things, right, about those probe droids is they can't be shot until they're range 1, and they can just march right up to that VAP, tap it late game, and unless you're in range 1, no shooting or stopping that.
So what do you even do with Maul here?
He might just retuck on the other side of this box. Oh, or close that angle. That's pretty aggressive.
I mean, he's within, right? He's within range 3 there. That's easily, I mean, he could absolutely just double move, force push, and move into melee.
I don't think it would quite reach.
Yeah.
Is he gonna full retreat?
I would think you just tuck on the other side of this box right here, like where he is, but just shift to the other side of the box so that you're even more blocked.
I wonder if I was gonna say, I wonder if he's trying to lure Clankers for next turn.
It could be. I actually thought you would be able to. What am I mathing wrong there?
The distance
you're
of a
2
force
inches short
push.
of range 3. So right, a force push is 2 inches short.
Yeah, it's 2 inches short of a third range band. Yeah.
I'm just saying he's got 3 acts, right? Force push is free.
Right.
Moves twice.
He can't triple move.
He cannot triple move.
There's a stipulation of Juyo that the Juyo cannot do a third move.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, if he could triple move, it would be crazily overpowered.
Crazy good. Okay,
I know what he's
3 plus 4.
Yeah, I mean, well, you got 3 actions. Why not?
He's double moving back so he can just get backed from the BX droids is what he's doing.
Yeah, that's got to be it.
Yep.
You're gonna retrieve to get the Bacta out of the BXs
because he's got all the time in the world to go. Yeah, he's got all the time in the world to go back to the hill.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, Maul is going to green to receive a Bacta, which
I think it's in the driver's seat. He's in no rush.
Yeah, he's in no hurry at all. Because if
Dashz wants to push him for these shots, he's just getting way closer to everything else that's gonna shoot back.
I mean, I think at some point you just got to go in and say, I have a 3-up save and you have almost no pierce, so come at me. But that can get you killed if your dice fail you.
Yeah.
It's predicating a strategy on dice, but I think that's fine because you have a positive expectation. So, sometimes you just got to go for it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a great point, right? So, I mean, with everything tied up, there's no wounds or no, unit casualties on either side. Orkimedes is still winning this game.
Yeah, and we're already on turn 3 here, and so the longer that the game goes on without an eliminated unit, the more Kyle's advantage grows. So the number one thing here is going to be just avoid the elimination. And even with arcs, being aggressive like this, it's kind of tough. Can't really see anything from there.
Yeah, because I mean, we keep on pumping up this Maul tapping the VAP thing. He doesn't actually have to do that unless he ends up needing to do it because he lost a unit, right?
Right.
He could always just not tap the VAP. But the thing of it is he has that option. And Mike doesn't have that option, right? Mike has to try and either 1, deny that option, or 2, take Maul off the board. Moving Maul backwards means he can't get clankered next turn, right? Because he's probably going to be at range 5.
That move is not legal. It's difficult terrain. Okay, he's figured that out.
Yeah, he's figured that out. Yeah.
Oh, or has he?
I don't know.
Oh wait, are these the arcs that have a scale? No, they're not. I think they just commented that this was difficult.
These freaking craters.
I know. They're actually they make you want to take environmental gear. which is fine because I think environmental gear is an upgrade that should be taken. Great upgrade. Every hero, if they have a gear slot, you should take environmental gear for 2 points. It can save your games.
It's a fair point.
Just like a life vest can save your life one day.
I suppose the life vest even would be a kind of environmental gear. Goes full circle. This knowledge and wisdom brought to you by the fine people at Yavinbase.
Yavinbase, as the evaporator induced cabin fever sets in the casting booth.
I don't even know the last time I saw e-gear on something.
Gee, I mean, I guess I ran e-gear on my
IRG
back in the day.
I run e-gear on Lando because Lando needs that freedom of movement.
I've taken it on Boba before.
But why not spend the extra point for his cables?
I do. Sometimes I do take cables on Lando.
Because it gives you more flexibility.
Yeah, but it's a one-time use. Like, when is Lando recovering if he's not paired with Cassian? It's weird.
Yeah, I get the flexibility of e-gear versus cables, the other way around, but you also get up on top of a building with Lando and you're trying to clip somebody late game and you get that ridiculous pistol. I guess he doesn't even need to be on top of a building, does he? He's got
wherever he wants. Oh, let me see just a hair of that silhouette. I got you.
little pixel. Just find that pixel right there.
All right, looks like these green droids giving up that space.
Oh, so Maul can hide there?
Maybe. I don't really know.
I mean, nothing's dead. Kyle could just be going for the full retreat. He's
Did he back them all?
He did back them all. He did remove that wound, so he's got that going for him.
I mean, right, we're talking about this whole play where Maul could potentially push up to that VAP, but if Kyle just moves everything behind line of sight blockers,
it's not gonna matter.
It's not gonna matter, right? He doesn't need to do that play. And that's on his end. There's still, some caution with that because you don't know how it's the outcome of that. But moving everyone behind line of sight blockers, you definitely know the outcome of that.
Also fair.
Mike has to be so frustrated.
I know I would be if I was in his shoes.
Yeah, but David, spending a lot of time with Mike over these years, right? Or for you years, and for me, the 1 year, like what Mike's going through right now, because Mike's mannerisms just as much as I do, I'm sure. Like, he's sitting over there with the mouse and the keyboard, but he's flipping his hair and he's giving like the huff and the puff, and and he's probably taking like his headphone off like one ear, and he's sitting there like this. And when Kyle's activating, he's got that brow furrowed, and he's got his hand over his face. That is, that's what's happening, David.
I mean,
you know it.
I mean, maybe. I think that's definitely possible. I think you know why Mike is having a hard time, right? Because you can't have two of your strike teams eliminated in the opening round if you've got no strike teams to eliminate. You see.
All right.
Are they
some more
playing without
plinking.
clocks? No, the clocks are definitely running.
No, the clocks are definitely running. It's 45 minutes per side. It just seems longer than it actually is because there's less dice being rolled.
And another casualty for that pink droid squad.
And now the pink droid will run behind a rock.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's the closest line of sight blocking terrain for this pink droid squad?
Not sabotage the moisture evaporators, it's sabotage the cast. I'm joking, of course. This is actually quite strategic.
It's boring in terms of boring in quotations for viewership, right?
Yeah,
like everyone wants to see dice.
Everyone
wants to see shots.
No one cares.
And, craziness.
No one cares about your throwing. No one cares about the outfielders.
Right.
Everybody wants to see the home runs.
Except Mike Trout's like the best player to ever play baseball.
Yeah, there you go. So, no one cares if your mechanics are amazing. They only care about the hot plays.
Live you live, Tim says. Live you live.
Live your life.
Yeah, no. Live you live. Say it the first way.
Live, you
Live, you live.
live,
You live and you live.
It's tautological. If you live, then you're alive.
Man, we're getting those after hour deep cuts
I
here.
know, for real, man.
Man.
Drinking stream.
Honestly, and even with this cohesion here, right? Like this is very cool. Like he can't get all of these yellow droids behind line of sight blocking terrain, but he can get that one guy behind those crates and behind that giant box over there.
Yeah.
And if that's all it needs to survive, then hey, he's done it.
Well, it just makes him hiding his units easier, like the less Mauls there is. So like as he picks off guys, they're easier to hide.
He's just making his job easier.
That is true. As units lose models, they are progressively easier to hide. That's some sort of law of Legion.
It's like some weird, like, be like water Bruce Lee, like Legion advice. I don't know. Okay, kill your guys. All right, that just makes me easier to hide.
Hiding in plain sight.
Where are you gonna get me?
I mean, it's the power of positivity, right?
I mean, this is just making me think of Dennis Smith, the Arizona Cardinals coach back in the day. Or, yeah, the Bears are who we thought they are, right? Yeah, well, Kyle's exactly who we thought he was here. This is how it's being played out here.
That is pretty true. What if the answer here is just to run in like a madman and snipe the DRK droids, and then just roll a bunch of saves and just not die? That's usually good. Not dying, you see.
So I actually like that play, David, because of where Maul is right now on the table, right? Because then you can force Maul has now moved like 6 moves away from that VAP. We'll call it probably 5.
Oh yeah, Maul is retreating.
So you have.
I expect DRK to do the same though. I don't know if
what
he
if,
can
what if
single move into range.
What if I hope he measured this. What if Mike just plays Clankers and just charges up the hill with offensive push, guns blazing? What if he just nails Maul to the wall there?
Which ironically is exactly what Mike started to play. That's exactly what Mike wanted to do at the start of this game.
Yeah.
Was to do that. Is to go up that hill and take back Clankers.
Maybe this hill spot was like a 4D mastermind chess play.
Yeah, maybe it was like, maybe this was.
I'm going to swing wide. I'm going to leave 2 guys for take that Clankers. Only 2.
This was a
They're going to push
genius.
up this hill and knock him off the table.
Yeah, Mike went into this game. Yeah, Kyle's going to put Maul behind this box, but I'm going to rotate everything towards the middle. And then that's going to make him rotate back because he's going to get a back to turn 2. But then at the same time, I'm not going to play Clankers till round 4, which I've never done in my entire life, on that hill.
All these droids
2 phase 2s just for that card.
All these droids just peeling out, man. They're just like, we are out of here. Scatter.
Yeah, I mean, for a hot second there. Go for it, Tekno. Sorry.
I was gonna say, Pink is the closest to death unit and is also the least in cover out of these. So if he does try and do a Clankers, he could potentially pick off Pink based on some of these sight lines.
So Maul is like in the central area of the screen, kind of back right.
You got a red circle for him, man?
I will if I don't show Discord again.
I'm gonna go delete all my messages. I was giving my credit card.
Delete the VODs. Delete the VODs.
Listen, I don't actually. I mean, I don't know. I'm an old man. I don't know how any of this Twitch stream tipping whatever thing works. But if I had my way, sir, I'd donate money just to hear you give your best John Madden every single time you draw stuff on that tabletop.
Well, I better do some practicing. I gotta work on my acting. All right, so folks, the red you see the red circle here. It's where Maul is located. He's kind of in an open-ended situation here, possibly the victim of Take That Clankers. In just a minute here. That's not John Madden. Who the hell is that? So that's generic sportscasterman. That's the name of that guy. Ooh, shot from the ARC Troopers now.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, he's picking on Pink because Pink is the lowest and in the most exposed, right?
Yeah, they are.
There's not a single person fully behind a line of sight blocker. So if you can get a bunch of orders out with Clankers, I mean, granted, if he does start shooting it, Orc will probably just tuck it even farther behind the other line of sight blocker, but
it's at least one there. Can he spend an aim for lethal? Not quite.
Nope.
He's just shy of range 1. What I really need is I need to win.
Oh, and he rolls the save.
Oh, he rolls
Look
the
at
save.
that.
Come
Wow.
on. Wow.
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 Beautiful.
Sometimes Owen Wilson will like randomly reply to people on Twitter with "wow." That's all he'll do is just "wow." You know what he's referencing.
Yes, Tim. Yes, Tim. Exactly. If neither side loses any units, blue wins automatically. It's the blue auto win situation.
And Kyle's been in this situation who knows how many times.
Yeah, many times.
Yes.
Like this is
okay.
This is peak Kyle.
Okay.
Wait. He's
gonna go for the
forward?
go for the pink clones.
Yeah, he's going for those pink clones. Absolutely.
Yep.
Ooh, but can he get to range?
Can he get range 2? It's not clear if he can. He can tug that closer, but I don't know if
he can.
But he still can't get there.
Because that measurement's coming from the unit leader. That guy's forward coherent. He should be able to.
And he's running.
Yep. Nope. He's like, can't get range 2. X'd out on that. Just gonna run away.
See, was he measuring from his own thing? Or was he measuring from Mike's?
I think he was measuring from his own.
Okay.
And that may have been a problem.
That may have. I thought he actually could have gotten that shot.
I thought so too.
I think so too.
Ooh, yeah, no, it absolutely was the clone leader there.
Yeah.
Yep.
He could have got that guy on the hill, I think.
Man.
Me too.
Oh, yeah, he was moving from it. Yeah, I mean, at the same time, this probably still is potentially a better decision.
I think this is correct in hindsight. I think he knows Clankers is on the way.
And right, if he pushes forward, if he doesn't kill that unit, his B2 could, get knocked
just
off.
Die.
Pushing
It's
around.
just too risky. You're holding on.
He's
to
already
your
committed
lead.
to this full turtle, so why stop now?
It's like Jay and I mentioned on the countdown. It's just trying to maintain your marginal advantage.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing it right. He's taking the blue player advantage all the way home.
See, Jennings, this is where I disagree. Cap and Tony did a lot of chess maneuvering before they did the battle at the airport, okay? There was a lot of decision-making for the big fight, all right? They went and made sure they got guys on their side. Cap made sure he got Ant-Man, who had no idea what the hell was going on. There was a lot of maneuvering going into that, okay? That's what you're seeing here. You're seeing the maneuvering before the big fight.
Yeah, here's a not so hot take. If this continues, Dashz is going to start double moving in because he has to do something, and we're going to see gunshots.
Yeah, I mean, he can actually push Kyle to the short edge. Kyle's going to be out of running room very shortly.
Listen, Tim, if that is a spoiler, that is like that. I think
Civil War
might be out like for like
War's been
7
around
years
for a
at this
long
rate.
time.
That's like spoiling the Bible. If you haven't read it by now, that's not
That's a good one. Spoiler alert. He dies at the end.
Yeah. He dies, but he comes back in the next episode.
Exactly.
Oh.
Sorry.
I mean, that's fair. No, I mean, Fubar, like that is this is kind of it, I mean, this is exactly an Orkimedes game.
Well, what's a way to win where you don't have to calculate numbers and rely on average odds, just not rolling dice.
Oh, dude, Iridium mentioned Ken Burns in the chat. I gotta say, Ken Burns' The West was one of my favorite documentaries of his. Oh man, I cannot recommend Ken Burns highly enough, especially for Civil War, of course. But I still like Ken Burns, just period. Like Ken Burns style letter reading would be interesting. Just I can make a parody, I'm sure. I don't know exactly how it would go, but I can already hear it in my head vaguely. If any of you have watched Ken Burns documentaries at all, I think you know exactly what Iridium's referring to.
I'm assuming it's like Civil War recount.
Oh yeah, it's like July 5th. The spice mines of Kessel.
Ant-Man grew to incredible heights.
Yeah.
Fought him in an airport.
Yeah, exactly.
Spider-Man showed up with his web slings and asked me if I'd seen a Star Wars movie.
Fives was injured. We had to amputate his leg.
Looks like we will get a. No, that's not a range 3 shot. That's a range 3 shot.
There you go. That's not a range 3 shot. This is a range 3 shot.
You know, harkening back to all those people who've seen Crocodile
Dundee. Oh my gosh, it's ancient. It's like dinosaurs. It's like dinosaurs.
Where are Aussies just to pour into the chat? We love Paul Hogan.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man! All right, Red, getting a move up here.
Yes, Iridium, dearest regards, another B2 trooper. We attack at dawn.
There's another clone moving up from Kyle here, trying to get some more shots. I mean, again, still just chasing Kyle to the back of the board edge here.
I mean, one thing to keep in mind though is if he is eventually able to close this gap, like he's the one getting attrition since Kyle has been moving away this whole time, so he'll be slightly ahead.
Sorry, Brigadier General Aaron Rodgers makes me crack up. Aaron Rodgers. Sorry.
I love those. There's so many of them. They're so funny.
That's great. Okay, so Fives is going to establish range 3 on the blue B2s and see if he can do some damage.
There was one of Andrew Luck. And I'm pretty sure that they didn't use they didn't Photoshop Andrew Luck's face on the guy. It was an actual picture of like an old Civil War general that looked just like Andrew Luck. And dude, it was so funny. But I haven't seen that account since he retired.
Okay, so Fives decides. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Fives double moving here, actually not going to force the issue.
One key thing is, right, since Fives is the unit leader and the heavy, having Fives in there, you can't forward cohere and still get the shot with their heavy weapon.
Yeah, because it's just going to be the troopers.
Yeah, I think he did that and then realized that. Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm only chucking 4 black dice.
Yeah, there's literally no point. I should just move again. It's way more valuable. So I can make position to Clankers.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna slow him down though.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess he needs the cover. Yeah, I guess you got to close this gap at this point.
Okay, I think Clankers could be on the menu next turn now. I think he might actually be close enough to catch something.
The date is April 10th. I showed up to my opponent's game ready to throw dice, and all they did was retreat into the bog of Kessel. That is what happened right now.
That is exactly what's happening.
They broke their evaporators and disappeared into the mist.
Our cannons only slowed us down.
What is blue gonna do here? There's not really anywhere else left to run.
Go towards the hill.
I think he goes straight back. Maybe if he's trying to do.
It's fair. I mean, he's not going to be able to get out of Clanker's range. So do you just move up and shoot? I don't know.
Oh man, does he just sacrifice? Is it a trade?
Here, well, yeah. Once I don't know. There's this breaks,
dodge
something
tokens over there.
Like, how can you trade here? There's no. Don't trade. Just go behind the cliff. Just go behind the cliff. You're safe.
See, this is where you get into that point where you're like, and I've been in this position with Rebels, right? Is that you feel like if you don't make a play to try and trade up, like you might get screwed by.
You can't shoot arcs. One thing to keep in mind.
Right. But the thing about this is that Kyle has an ace up his sleeve, which is Maul, who can go hit the VAP anyways. So there really is no need for him to move up and take this shot. You know what I mean?
This is actually, I really like this right here.
I do, yeah. This up against the box.
Mm-hmm.
Up against the box, he coheres the B2s around the edge. Oh man, no, I would. I think I would probably that.
He's gonna double move.
Instead, he's gonna double move here.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I mean, I guess that would have been a risky shot. I mean, the clones would likely save. There's a dodge. I think they could even pull a couple of surges there. So maybe
open now. I think
in there. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think he could have gotten to range 2 is the problem.
Clocks.
Fair.
So this has been a very long turn 3. And the clocks are now down to 38 minutes per side, and we are not in turn 4 yet.
Well, right. When you're in this kind of positioning game, well, on the viewership side, it's a little less exciting. As a player, you have to really think about each of your movements because one wrong move can just throw your game.
Yep.
And since nothing's dying, right, they're not getting shorter and shorter turns. And so I do expect to see it. I would not be surprised if we see some timeouts, but they're also really great players. So if they start getting low, I think they can pick it up.
Yeah, I think they'll pick it up if they realize how low they are.
Might try to snipe a T-Series here.
Ooh, that. Oh, he can actually get it.
Maybe.
Juicy.
Maybe.
Is
He's
it
going to have
worth
to
it?
work
Are they going to
for
say
it.
it? Is that, yeah.
If he does a speed 1 onto that, well, actually,
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I mean, that's definitely not a valid C2 move there.
okay, well,
Yeah,
if he,
that's difficult, but
I mean, okay, check it. So if he is able to get up there, he's actually going to do 2 things here. He's establishing range 3 on a lone T-series that can be sniped this round, but next round he has the purple, or I guess pink B1s.
pink unit, he can see
He can
all
see
of them,
all
yeah.
the minis, and he's got range 4. So that is, hopefully, he doesn't pick up on that. Kyle doesn't pick up on that and moves those guys off a 1 pip from Maul. Maul, already having played at last, still has Duel of the Fates
roll.
and Ambush.
Yeah, that's a lot of hits
roll.
there.
Excellent roll from
Yeah,
those.
so just looking for 1 wound.
Yeah, only
Take
going to
that
kill the
T-series
one.
out.
It's absolutely heavy cover. If he spends the surge, going to be 3.
And he gets it.
Yep.
Boy, that was real damn close, though.
Yeah, super
Closer
close.
than it needed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyla has had some real hot whites.
Right, and blue benefits from the double timeout as well.
Yep.
Because if there's a timeout and nothing's destroyed, well, guess what?
Was that the incorrect number of dice roll?
I think so.
Oh, unless he spent a surge. Okay.
Yeah, he spent
a
a surge.
He made it 6. Yep.
All right, round 4. Here we go.
Round 4. So they're on red side. Dashz is what, 10 minutes behind, and Kyle's like 6, so not too bad.
And
There's
there's
the
ambush
and one
and
pip.
clankers. Yep. So
I
does
expect
he?
to see those pink get out of there?
Okay, so there are now actually 2 units under threat from clankers here. Blue
Maul-
B2
oh,
Haas,
Maul's up.
Maul. Actually, there's 3 units under threat. Maul is under threat. Pink B1's under threat. Blue B2's under threat. Will Mike Dashz Barry take the Civil War record to 3-1? Because it is currently 2-1 in Mike's favor. Will he extend his lead in this
If he picks
notorious
something
Scoundrel
off,
Civil
right?
War?
Flips it on its head.
Yep, he picks even 1 unit here. He's going to turn the game around. If Maul runs only to have a B1 get sniped off, that is big problems for the droids right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think even in that last match, we saw Kyle
Turn 4
several times decide, okay, well, these guys don't have a great shot. I'm going to retreat. But then maybe a subsequent unit may have had a decent shot, but because they were now unsupported, they also had to retreat. And so it was sort of a cascading effect based on some of the initial decisions that he had in the turn. He almost was forced to follow through on that retreat strategy because he, each unit that he would leave out to actually shoot would have less supporting units behind him. And now this is the turn he's got to survive.
Yeah, this is gonna make or break it. Because right, Clankers gives Republic a unique position to be able to pick something off even later from the retreat, whereas Kyle's side is all range 3. So if Dashz kills something and pulls back, Kyle has a very low chance of ever catching up.
Oh, it's gonna be really hard.
I don't see how he avoids losing a unit here.
The thing about it is that Maul.
Maybe you dive with Maul right here.
If Maul needs to probably double move towards the hill and try and get to an angle where he can't be shot, right? I don't think retreating is the right play. Or he just goes back to his original position, but then no, he can get shot by the guys.
I mean, Maul can double move into the notch here and get ready to make an effort.
I just think if you don't put Maul in a position to threaten that Vap, Mike then is now in control of the game.
Definitely. That sort of passivity is kicking his butt right now. Kyle needs to move Maul back into the fight. He ran back to get the BX droids back to, but he's moved his Maul kind of out of position, away from the sort of defensive bastion that he had established early on.
And now Mike's looking to take advantage of that positioning.
Yep.
I think it's a good play on Mike's side of the table to take advantage of that.
Yep.
Whether you want to call it maybe an error on Kyle's side or not.
Oh, is he going even further back with Maul?
There it is.
Oh no! Please no!
Oh my gosh!
This is not good.
No.
So if that B1 goes down,
yeah, if that B1 goes down, he's going to be hard pressed for Maul to do literally anything.
Here,
What
let's
are
see.
you doing, Kyle?
He's like
Quick
hanging
math,
Maul
right?
right here.
4 + 6, that's 10 dice that are gonna be coming through. He's got 5 here. Heavy covers B2, so he's looking for at least 7 hits, and with one aim, I don't think Mike is going to do that. So
I don't
Kyle
think-
might be able to get that pink out of there safe.
I mean, I honestly think you try to first strike at dark blue, maybe distraction.
Would pink even have heavy, depending on where he gets? He might be able to get in the open if he gets
Rex
far
is
enough
going
forward.
first. Interesting. Rex
Okay.
with a
He
range.
wants the aims.
He wants the aims.
Mike,
Yeah,
Mike likes
Yep.
the aims on.
he's charging up. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I don't know if I actually agree with him this time. I think I would have gone for the move shoot with yellow or aim shoot with yellow here rather than this, just to try and get pink off as quick as humanly possible.
Yeah, 'cause you might be able to get that open shot. And
Yeah, it looks open to me from that hillside if you were to move forward and pop O push, in my opinion. I know that I said I was Switzerland and I was leaning Mike Barry, but if you guys have to admit, I've had like moments where I'm like this with Kyle and Mike. I am playing the role of Switzerland here because I just, that move by Kyle with Maul is really I don't like it. I don't like
for
it.
the viewers, Zach is pulling his hair out right now as he's talking.
Yeah, my Widow's Peak is just continually going further and further back. You know?
Due to this game, mostly due to this game.
Oh man.
And interestingly enough, a full retreat on the probe droids first here. Fair.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't know if I like that either, though.
Why
I
don't
would
you
go
get
with-
pink out of there?
Get
I
pink
guess,
out of
right?
there.
Incognito's range 1, correct?
Yes.
I don't think they're close enough to get in range 1 anywhere.
So he's gonna observe, but for what purpose? Is he gonna observe yellow, or observe pink? Maybe try to get the B2s some help.
I think he wants to observe pink here, if only to say, hey, listen, if you want to come this way, you're more than welcome to. But I'm gonna shoot these boys.
Clocks are at 34 minutes aside, actually, which is kind of scary how low it
Going
is.
out on yellow here.
Yeah, on
all right.
yellow.
And the fact that they still have full armies, right? They need that time.
He's just
Right.
gonna
It's not
move
like
up.
they're like
He's gonna move up, pop O push, get 3 aims. He's gonna have the 2 from Rex down the
Yep.
below the hill. And
He's
just
gonna connect and kill Pink right here.
Pink is dead. Pink is like, barring like a miracle, Pink is dead. I
Yep.
think.
yeah. I really don't know why he didn't get pink out of there.
Here I am for 4 rounds making fun of the shots off this hill, and Mike is, shoving it up my rear. Here it comes.
There it
Dude,
is.
He was
Pink.
playing the 4D chess, planning for
Yep,
turn
4D
4
chess.
clankers. Like, he always does on turn 1 or 2. He doesn't know what he's doing without turn 1 or turn 2 clankers.
I mean,
I
he's
still-
he's just making up the terrain definitions here, but okay.
Yeah, fair.
All
enough.
of Pink can definitely be seen. That is not in question at all.
The real question is, can it be fire supported from anybody?
No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
Triple
five
aim,
is
though,
in
in the
range.
open.
Judging
Yeah.
by where yellow is on the hill in like the lateral over
Yeah,
to red
it's
and yellow.
3 aims in the
100%
open.
in the open.
He needs 6. He can easily get 6 with 3 aims.
This shot could determine the game right here.
Yep, right
Do
here.
you know how to mulch droids? You mulch them when you get them in the open.
That's
Like,
how you do it.
that's-
Here it comes. A very, very good
Oh,
start.
wow.
Whoa.
Very strong.
Starting off, if he spends all the surges, he starts with 7, which is, I think, Lucas, you called that out earlier.
Oh, no.
my
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
How many surges does he have
He's
nearby?
got easily has 4.
3.
1, 2,
Even if
3.
he could re-roll these whites, and then if he has, what does he have? 2 aims?
He can reroll. Yeah, he can reroll the
Or
black dice.
No, he's got 3 aims. He could re-roll the black if he really need. Like
if
he
he
could
really
do
wanted
that
to. Yeah.
if he really wanted to. Yeah.
Reroll a white and a black here. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do too.
Reroll white black. See if you can convert a surge to a hit.
My lord, is that?
Because you don't want to burn through all of the surges here. I don't.
No.
Oh, it's a crit!
Wow.
It doesn't matter. It's in the open, but like,
Still.
Take that Clankers with the aims.
What a shot.
jeez.
Oh.
So Mike even read Kyle that he was going to leave that pink out and went the extra.
Kyle.
3 surges and they're dead.
Oh my.
Completely dead.
All right, so this game completely changed.
But you know what? If Maul was in a better position than he's in, it wouldn't even feel that way. It's the position that Maul is in that now makes it feel like it's completely flipped.
Maul can't get it in, right? He has 2 more turns, so that's 4 moves.
Yeah, Maul is dead. He can't get in. I mean, he's functionally dead.
Yeah.
He's hung, I mean, is what I'm trying to say.
I think it has Dashz.
No way.
Oh, phrasing.
I mean,
he has been hanged.
He's got robot legs now. I mean,
That's true.
He's metallic from the waist down.
What was that song? Detachable. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, this is
I'm shocked.
I don't even know what Kyle does here. He's completely out of position to do.
I mean, you've got to all in on yellow or pink, right, with your B2s. Like you've got to answer back with something more expensive.
I mean, I guess, but when your entire army is no longer in position to do any of that, I don't know.
I'm shocked that he went with those probe droids before that pink unit. Like
I'm really shocked too. I don't know.
Just a slight lapse there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, all that little attrition now. So now the tables are flipped, right? Dashz is way ahead because he killed that unit and he's, had little hits here and there and other stuff.
Dashz should just double move with everything backwards. Like, why stay?
Yeah.
Like, actually,
then you can force the B2s to overextend and shoot them even if they kill
that's true. Maybe he could actually back up and shoot with multiple units, actually.
Like,
yeah,
is the only
Clankers. He can back up.
He can do the firing retreat with Clankers.
Oh man.
And yeah, Kyle doesn't have any range to chase with, right? He's a close range list, and now that
Kyle's gonna switch to Marvel Crisis Protocol.
I mean, is running away especially effective in that game?
I don't know.
I mean, it may not do him any good there either.
Well, he stopped running away when he needed to. He didn't run away with those B1s.
Very true.
Like he was doing the runaway plan and then just left those B1s out when he needed to keep running. The MCP board isn't big enough to run away.
Ouch.
Man.
Ouch. People just roasting Kyle in the chat, unfortunately. It's a man's birthday. Give him a break.
Well, happy birthday, Kyle.
Yeah, happy birthday. Sorry about
Happy
that,
birthday,
B1.
you son of a bitch.
Happy birthday to the ground.
Oh, and here we've even got a reduced strength B2 unit trying to do what it can. Man.
I'm sorry that all I can produce right now are these noises because I use like it's exactly like I said that, Mike has the range advantage and maybe Kyle shouldn't play Vaps. And then like Kyle got it into my head that, Vaps was a great idea because he's now forcing Mike to play his kind of game. And then he just leaves this pink squad out there for like free lunch. Like,
Yeah.
You know what? Again, it's not even about pink being free lunch. It's about Maul being behind that spire. Like, Maul should not be in the position that he's in. He got too scared.
Yeah, even just put him in heavy, right? That clone trooper isn't going to kill Maul through heavy cover.
Man.
Man, feels bad.
Feels bad. And there's dodges, there's surges.
Yeah. You know, the Rex ball now, you know, from that sort of initial turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, right, where it was far more spread out. Now it's back to its, you know, that
I mean,
clumpiness, if you want to call it, right? Like it's back to its former glory.
Okay, Zach, did he cut to Vaps?
Yeah, well, yeah. From what I understand, I was kind of watching, but listening was the cards were on the top were payload Vaps and no hostage exchange Vaps and payload, and I know that the first card that was cut was Mike cutting limited viz.
That makes a lot of sense.
Kyle cut hostage. And then I don't know if supply was in the second spot. I know that major offensive was in the far left, and I just don't know if supply was in the middle or if Mike cut the supply. So in any case, Kyle won a major offensive VAP.
Nothing getting through these B2s.
B2
saves.
B2 HA spending a dodge, and that clone phase 2 clone spent 5 as his dodge, rolled 2 blocks.
Yeah, one thing to keep in mind with playing VAPs, especially against you know, a Republic, especially Rex Star list. Well, Kyle's really great this attrition war. If you make one slip up, Republic with Clankers can really capitalize on. And that's basically what we saw, right?
Right. I mean,
most of his moves this game have been playing the cage perfectly. One move he made wrong, and boom, the game is gone.
That was the danger, certainly. Was Payload on the list?
Payload was in the third slot.
Oh yeah, man, Payload would have been such a better choice. Because if he
this is the exact like scenario we discussed pre-cast.
Yeah, we discussed this pre-cast. Like, why doesn't he take Payload? Because clones hate moving, and because Payload might bring the payloads close, and then the B2s have their rockets.
Which, ironically, he had the clones moving on Vaps. He had Mike on ice skates for 3 rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, literally, he had him on ice skates. Like, Mike was going left, he was going right. He didn't know which way he really wanted to go. And Kyle was in a great position to keep that, like, to keep the nice edge on Mike's throat, right?
Right.
And he just brought Maul back for the back to, which I get, the back to make sense. But the move behind the Spire is the catalyst, because the only unit that probably could have shot Maul would have been Yellow. And if Yellow is shooting Maul and he's in heavy cover with the dodge, I still think he's fine. Like, I think Maul lives it through it, and then he can just engage next turn. Like,
yeah. I mean, there's a potential even just to push up that hill with that VAP right there with all your B2s and stuff. As, you know, Mike was fading the other way. You could just go up that hill with the height advantage of permanent heavy cover with B2s and, you know, just make your way to that VAP and potentially tap it.
I'm just in awe. Like, I can't believe that Kyle, I know that Kyle likes to retreat in VAPs, but Kyle's played Force users probably more than anyone like that I know, right? Like, Kyle's always played Luke. He's always played Maul or Dooku. Like, he talks about it all the time about how he feels weird when he leaves the house without a Force user. And here he is with this Force user that gets 3 actions, mind you, and he uses them to move backwards rather than threaten the Vaporator that Mike threw at his face and said, "Come get this with Maul."
Oh,
and maybe
for 3
Mike's
rounds.
Plan the whole time was knowing that Kyle and Vaps wants to play the attrition game and will lean into the blue advantage, and he thought by putting aggressive Vap, like, it would kind of bait it out and you'd like be able to push him back, knowing that Kyle wouldn't like fade into that.
So Kyle's trying to figure out how many shots he's gonna get on Yellow, because Yellow is the most exposed unit. It's already activated.
Yeah.
If Kyle can answer back, he has a chance to turn the game back around. But now they have to engage each other. There's no question.
Yeah.
And this engagement will precipitate others, and Fives will come up, maybe do some damage. But again, I just feel like B1s are bringing a knife to a gunfight, because if you just compare the absolute crushing offense of this clone list against these random little B1 shots, which don't even break cover sometimes.
Well, the B1s are all going to be an open too, depending on this moving, right?
Right. I mean, this is okay. I'm going to spend he's going to spend a dodge, and that's it.
That's it.
Are there any surges left?
Yeah, there's a surge on an archer.
Plenty of queens.
Yep. Oh my goodness. 28 minutes on the clocks.
Well, like we said, as soon as something dies, this game changes from just moving and moving and moving to much bigger engagement.
Can yellow panic off the board?
Maybe dodge aim, just protecting that yellow unit.
This is turn 4. They can't make it. Not a chance.
No way.
Yeah, and you can't even move off the cliff, right? You would stay on the cliff.
You'd stay out. You would. Yeah. Well, can't you clamber off the board? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I don't even know.
But I mean, if your only option is to clamber, you would. But I mean, you couldn't do that in 2 turns. He's way too far.
No, he would need 3 turns at least. They would have to be panicking this turn.
We're gonna rinse and repeat from these B2s here.
Yep. It has to go into the lane.
He could get a lucky shot out of these.
I mean, it's not like all of his shots are terrible on yellow. It's just that they're not great. He's in heavy cover and they're clones. They have dodges, they have surges, they have red saves.
Well, this was vigilance. Vigilance actually showing its value here for certain.
Yeah, 5 points were the hot value there.
Yeah, 5 points for 2 wounds for 5 points as long as you have action stored up. Seems pretty good.
Turns out you don't need such awareness with it. You just having dodges in great is
you just need regular old dodges.
Yeah.
And a dodge should be spent here, right? Because there's a dodge on orange.
Well, I mean, imagine if you could do the same with aims with clones. Just hold on to the aims at the end of return.
Oh, please.
Any kind of token clones can hold on to.
Okay, a second clone has died.
2 models down.
Literally the second clone to die this game.
Yeah, as much as we said Mike played into Kyle's hand for 3 turns, now Kyle is playing into Mike's hand, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. You play that razor's edge of trying to retreat. One mistake and you're in a real bad spot.
Absolutely. I'm just shaking my head. I can't believe he didn't move with pink.
I know. It was like such great retreating play, and then
he just ran out of room.
He just left it there. Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even run out of room. He had priority.
He could have chucked it behind the rock. Yeah.
Instead, the probe droids moved. Okay, great. We got some observation. I mean, I don't know. I really do think it was maybe just a lapse on Kyle's part. Like, hey, I want to put some observation tokens out. And quite frankly, we thought that pink squad was going to get shot right away from Dashz as well.
Yeah, I thought it was almost a mistake not going for the shot in the open originally.
Right. And then he moved Rex so that Rex could grab a couple of aims. And then that was the perfect opportunity then to move pink again. And then I think both players ended up like psyching each other out. And Kyle just unfortunately blinked first in that.
Yeah, maybe he thought that, Dashz was winding up, getting a bunch of dodges.
Right, gonna get more aims for that.
More time to do that, but maybe he thought he was gonna be in cover, didn't know it was gonna be out of cover, so he wasn't too scared of one shot. But
he was expecting the green man to be greedy.
Thank you for the dollars.
It could have been that he didn't look from the viewpoint of that yellow unit, right? Sometimes I know in his last game with Maul, he was talking about how he only was checking shots based on where Maul was standing, not really looking at where his opponent's units could go. So maybe from the point of view of the B1s, he thought he was in cover.
He's going to continue attacking yellow. Even more dodges are left.
Yeah, you know what? That's a fair point. From all other squads on the table, pink had one guy that was completely out of line of sight. Except for these yellow guys that were up on top of these rocks, which may have even still been a difficult move. I think there's enough rockiness up there that it would have been difficult, but
I think so too. But they allowed it, right, Kyle?
They allowed it. Yep. And that's the way your droid line crumbles.
Yeah.
Like I don't think Kyle's giving Mike a free lunch because it's Mike. You know what I mean? Like he let the move go. He would have called him on the move. We've seen a judge call already. If he thought it was a difficulty, he would have called the judge.
Yeah.
He let the move go. I do think it should have been difficult, though. I do agree with you. I actually thought 2 of those moves should have been difficult. If I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like the initial move up and then the move forward to get the no cover shot, I thought were both difficult moves. But
Yeah, I mean, they could have clarified that before too. I know
yeah,
for maps like this, and especially these hills, due to the weird collision maps, I'll sometimes say, are you fine with just playing the hills as open the whole way to not worry about this
also
weirdness?
fair. Also fair.
So you don't know what conversations happened before. Because I do that all the time on TTS. I'll be like, look at this crazy jagged thing. Let's simplify this for the sake of time.
I mean, that's definitely
these
fair.
hills are a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Who made this map?
Nerfly.
I think it was like a tabletop simulator asset or something because it's everywhere, but it is the worst.
It's a very good point. You're right. We've been dealing with these particular hills since
A long time.
Since
A very long
the
time.
very first.
These hills are from
tournaments in
2018.
TTS. Yeah.
Maybe this is we need to talk to like what's it called Legion terrain or somebody or Imperial terrain and be like, hey, can you make a hill that's just like a dirt hill with no jagged features?
Or just like a cliff, like a mesa with no like if these cliffs were just like sort of round or kidney bean shaped mesas.
Yeah,
you know, that would be super helpful. Because that's really what the climbing rules like, is these sort of, you know, squared off cliff edges. They don't like the jagged stuff. They like cliffs to be square.
No, Kyle didn't make this map, Deco. I do think this is one of Nerfly's.
we need a paintball style map with just inflatable shapes.
I mean, yeah, it would work.
Yeah. Didn't they make like a table that was built with like toys?
Yes.
Like, blocks or
yeah.
something?
Yeah, we had the Toyland table at Northeast Open.
Yeah, that's an example of even getting some flavor
I
with
think
it.
somebody actually remade that table in TTS for one of the events.
Yeah, Garn did it. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Garn did it. I remember that now.
Toyland. That was for one of the Invader seasons.
Yeah, it was for the first Battle Lines competition.
Yeah.
And the creative set. I think.
In the creative competition, we have Garn. No. All right, more ARC troopers moving up. I mean, largely this is now. Yeah, this is largely now Dashz is sort of making sure to conserve his time on the clock. He doesn't want to run out of time. That would be disastrous.
Yeah, Kyle's actually losing time now. He's 3 minutes behind.
Making low risk moves, low risk maneuvers. And here we go. We've got a droid with an aim that is going to see a crit. He's going to spend that on lethal. Yeah, absolutely.
Spend that stuff.
I could see him like wanting to go for another shot, but he would need a crit because there's a dodge back there anyways.
Yep.
Yeah, you just want to get another model down.
Yeah, but I could see like Kyle making the case to go for his maximum amount of wounds possible because he needs to essentially kill yellow, right? Like he needs them to die. But the wound there is way more important than trying to go for max wounds.
Oh, something from the chat I like from Captain Cook. He said the Camino training grounds are kind of like a paintball style map, and that would be on favor for Star Wars. That could be a really cool map.
Definitely.
Right, with Bad Batch and all those ads, I think we're gonna be seeing more Camino training grounds.
To answer the Federale in the chat, we will be recording Monday, and I'm assuming it will be out on Wednesday. I'm going to try and make sure I don't.
We have a problem
Kyle.
here. This pink clone trooper is about to shoot a B1 unit in the open, and it has 6 aims to back it up.
Oh.
Can you see?
Well, can you see the last one?
He can't see the last. He can't see the last one, but
okay.
Still, he's got 6 aim tokens waiting.
6. That's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah, it's totally fair.
Like we were saying, Mike was just backing up and taking aims and dodges, doing the clone thing, and then just pumps it all in one shot. Perfect action economy.
Yeah, one back there is hidden.
Hashtag Gar is broken.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
I mean, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I mean, it's not like they've basically won every tournament they've been in since they came out. But hey, you know what? It's okay.
No, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
People playing them are just really good, you see.
Yeah.
you know what? It's a great. I think it's a great
Oh,
point. Oh boy.
If only he
Well,
could
I
see.
mean,
If only he could see them all. Oh my gosh.
I'm just salty because I have every faction in the game except for Gar, and my favorite playstyle is Gunline, and Gar is just like
And Gar's the best gun line. Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, why did I pick Gar to be the one faction I didn't build with? Like doing this would be.
Yeah, I'm with Floor.
Yeah.
Surges are the pro. I think Surge.
Yeah, surge of sharing is a huge problem.
Mike and I go back and forth in this, like, before, if we were to just like send out like discussions pre-Scoundrels, Mike and I argue about aims and shares probably every Monday when we record because he is heavy in the camp that it's the aim tokens, but I always said that the aim tokens are only as good as the surge tokens backing them up, because it turns the Z6 into a completely different weapon.
Yep. It makes every white dice in that Z6 pool 33% better.
Right.
Maybe just all the tokens are really good being shared.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
But I still think that if surges weren't in there, they wouldn't have that. They wouldn't have as good of a save. They would need to take dodges more, right? So they would need to dodge action more. And the aims are only as good as the dice you're rolling. If your dice don't technically surge, because this is what they're really doing, is they're surging. Those white dice aren't going to hit. Like that shot that he just took would have been 4 hits. That wouldn't have been 8. It would have been 4. Like no matter how many aims Mike has there, he's still only putting 4 through with the 6 aims. Okay. Because he has surge tokens, it turns into 8, you know?
Okay, so somehow Fives is shooting, he's re-rolling 6 times to get a crit on this lone battle droid back here to eliminate the full unit.
Because one of the guys can see.
Because one of the guys can see. Wow. There it is.
Oh my
god.
He has a surge though. He has a surge.
He does have a 5.
I might throw my headset if he gets this.
Ah, he got it.
And we've lost Zach.
Yeah, we have Zach exploded. That was the end of turn 4.
Guys, Notorious
I'm going on
be a
record.
2-person cast this week. Zach is no longer with us.
I'm going on record. And Mike is a dick for that shot. It's a great
shot.
But
Well, holy crap. Okay, 2 units eliminated now. The points deficit expanding to 108, I believe.
Oh man, that hurts.
Yeah, it's certainly more than that yellow clone squad is worth.
Yep, he's now going to need to kill 2 things in the clone list to come back from this.
Oh, what are you doing back there?
Maul was the key to all this. If we can get Maul working.
Yeah.
That's a George Lucas reference, but yeah. No one knows that reference at all.
I love everyone's face in the Zoom, just leaned off into their chair.
Yeah.
Palms on foreheads.
Yep.
Everyone.
Oh, man.
Yep. Jar Jar is the key to all this.
Jar Jar is the key.
Yeah, so, I mean, Maul's kind of looking like Jar Jar right now. He doesn't know which way the battle is.
Yeah.
Oh, they might... Are they talking it out?
I think they are.
He might be.
I could see them talking it out, yeah.
With a pause here and no command cards coming
I
down,
just
this
don't
may
think
be
it's
a
possible.
concession.
Yeah, is it
even if he
remotely
manages
possible?
to move up teal to zap yellow, right? There's nobody else that is threatened enough by anything.
I just think I think clones should be limited to 1 share per opportunity. Is my feeling. Just cap
or just
it.
anything the clone keyword needs like 10 more points on it.
There
should be nothing that is under 60 points that has the clone keyword.
Agree.
Because just that action economy, right? A single model commander unit can take the same 2 actions another unit can, and so you just need a few hitters and a bunch of spam, and so yeah. But I like the idea. Sharing 1 token works also. But I just think they weren't prepared for how good clone units.
It just puts a cap on the curve. You know, it puts a limit on the curve.
And hopefully that makes other Gar stuff a bit more viable too, right? You don't have to go full clone. You can go some clones, some Wookiees, some Jedi.
Because right now the way clones play in this current day and age is ramping. Is you just stack a bunch of stuff. You stack a bunch of stuff and you funnel it all into one massive attack that overwhelms any defenses the opponent has. I mean, 1 token type per opportunity. It would become 1 aim and 1 surge per attack, or 1 aim and 1 dodge per defense.
Yeah.
And that would at least put a cap on this whole like ARC Trooper double move aim spam nonsense. That's just completely out of whack, in my opinion.
Or strike teams just need to cost like 70 points or something.
Or something.
But that hurts Anakin and Obi-Wan inherently for these stupid ass Rex lists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying they're stupid because it's part of the game. Gunlines are the thing, right? But the more points you add to the like the clone strikes, right? You're taking away from playing other units.
Yeah.
Right. That's the inherent issue of raising those prices.
I mean, I think Nocturnal's got it. I mean, right?
Tactical on arcs is a problem. Like, I think if you do any,
what was that even all about?
Any
unit
thing
that costs that cheap should not have tactical 1 in a token
sharing army. Yeah.
I still think Impervious is worse, but that's an argument that can be had, I guess.
I'm in my element. The Gar salt is flowing. I'm just like, feed me.
See, if I had Gar, I would not be salty because I would just be playing it and loving life.
Right, like I own Gar. I'm painting Gar. Do I bring it to my local on a random tournament day? No, because I want my opponents to have fun.
See, here's the thing, though. I played the Bosk Death Troopers list, and I feel like I did the same thing. I just shot people at range 4, and nothing else was range 4, and just won games that way, which I felt was kind of busted at the time. And so I personally
can he
have no
not
guilt
even get to
things.
range 2 here?
I bet you he can't. I think difficult terrain is got him.
Oh my!
Can he forward cohere if he goes the other way to get the shot?
He's got to get it. All he can do is get a range 3 shot.
And is the Ha exhausted on that unit?
Not on this one, no.
Okay.
Right, and I mean, Zykonia has a point. It's not just the ramp, it's also the fact that he didn't actually engage and let the ramp happen. He didn't do anything to soften the ramp.
Yes, the mistake Orc made is not necessarily because of Gar. It just became a Gar salt fest after.
Yeah, of course.
The salt has less to do with this game and more just general feelings. But
Mike continuing to save.
Oh,
that's got to feel bad.
The oppression of Gar.
Yeah,
something about
at all that Mike is playing a great game.
Yeah, Mike is playing extremely well. I make no disagreement with that statement. He's playing extremely well. It just happens there are certain mechanics in Gar that are worth complaining about.
Mixing up some of the order tokens there. That definitely was Orkimedes' order token for the B2s.
I don't know what happened there. It must have been a mistake.
They
panic. Hey, that's good, I guess. But I guess he wanted to run away anyway. It's not good. It's not good because he's running in the right direction.
Yeah, that's actually fine. Like, he's fine with that.
Yeah, he's fine with that.
This is of little.
Right, he even runs down the hill because that gets him closer. Yeah.
Right.
To the board edge faster.
I mean, theoretically, he could.
If they're playing this is not difficult, would he technically panic off this?
Theoretically, he could panic off the board by going down the cliff. I could see it happening.
Nah, he can't do it in 2 turns, though. Or 1 turn, that's the problem.
I think he can.
What if
he can't clamber
kills
down?
The unit leader.
He can't clamber down. That's the problem.
No, he's not going to clamber down. He's going to run down the slope.
He's going to run down the slope because that's not difficult.
That's not difficult.
They've been playing.
Oh, could he actually do that?
Because look, that's like a speed 4. Is there about there? If they've been playing,
he can run off. He can run off the slope.
Could run
so
off the
Kyle,
board,
so Kyle has a way out here. He can kill pink and force yellow to panic down the slope.
Yeah,
there is a way out.
He also would have had an out if Maul was in a position to just go wreck yellow.
Yeah, if Maul was just in the game at all.
Just salt in that wound.
I mean, I'm just gonna keep on bringing it to him because, especially when we record on Monday, I'm just be like, he's gonna open up the cast. Kyle's gonna be like, "So hey, gents, how you doing?" And I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, Maul, hey Kyle, the hell were you doing with Maul?"
What about those pink P1s?
You're not even gonna get past introductions. Pleasantries.
No.
Come on, don't bully him. That's not...
Listen. Kyle is 1,000% a better player than me. But if I don't take this opportunity to be like, "Hey, Kyle, what the hell were you doing with Maul?"
No, I mean, if you don't take it now, you'll never see it again.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's a fair. Skins is saying, hey, you know what? We just can't see what's going on here. Kyle's clearly got this.
No, Kyle. I think Kyle has an out. Yeah.
If he snipes that unit leader off, it puts it even closer to the
even
board
closer
edge.
to the board edge for panic. Yeah. He's
If
trying to
it's
see. I
iffy.
think he can see the back. I think he can see the model back there. The Z6 back there, actually.
Timbo,
Oh, there's a crit. Okay.
Timbo, he needs to kill yellow and he needs to kill pink.
Yeah.
He can't just kill yellow. He needs to kill yellow.
He's got to kill yellow and pink. Yeah. Gets a save.
Oh, hey, it's another save. Look at that.
Look at that.
Every single red dice rolled for yellow has been a save.
Well, that's because there's not that many of them.
Oh, also fair.
I mean, 5 isn't too shabby of a number to roll, right?
I mean, but in a row, like I can see that being completely expected. Like,
that's true.
Okay, call me or not call me gadget, but we're not programmed. Inspire 2 from Rex. Still on 4, can go down to 3. He needs another shot. Maybe you even go in with the Dark Droids to double suppress potentially, because the Dark Droids have a suppressive stun blaster.
Yeah.
CC's this turn where we are not programmed versus push.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's really rough. All right. B2s are going up. They're in pursuit.
Yeah.
He could also kill the clone commander, because that's 4 wounds.
He does not run orbital strike, Timbo, so that is not an option.
Yeah.
I think
Go ahead.
I think he needs to try and get around the bend and hope that like Mike doesn't retreat his arcs far enough and he can get like a range 3 shot on arcs. Now I just don't think Mike's gonna allow that. But the strike teams would be the quote unquote easiest things for him to kill, essentially.
Yep.
That's true. That's true.
know?
If he can find a ha shot on strikes, that's probably worth going after.
If Mike takes an aim shot here at something, which it looks like he might be doing, I actually think that might be a mistake by Mike. Because those B2 Haas around the corner next turn could potentially kill them.
More shots in the open here for Mike. Nails him with 2.
I think not running orbital strike is similar to the Luke Leia days where you just run push, or
Well, it's because you can't get run on Maul with orbital strike.
Well, you don't run coordinated bombing. You run ambush because it's a second.
Yeah, that's what I really mean.
Yeah, it's because he wants to order on Maul every turn and coordinate, or what's it called? Orbital can't do that.
The old days. In those ancient days, there were only 2 command cards. Son of Skywalker and Return of the Jedi.
Wow, still great cards to this day.
We could force push each other off the board. We could also forcibly withdraw off the board to deny a bounty.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You could actually end your move off the board purposefully. Yeah, you could force push off the board. You could also, if you had a bounty, you could walk off the board to deny it. That was clarified quickly.
Yeah, my favorite force push. Well, I guess I am retreating now.
Yep.
Coming around the mountain.
Coming around.
Back when bounty was useful. Hey, no hating on bounty in the chat.
So is this? We're gonna turn into a barbershop quartet in a second.
I still think that Mike leaving those arcs in those firing lanes for those B2s could be problematic. I do think.
Have they gone yet though this turn?
One just moved and shot, so they are behind these crates here.
Yeah, so the other 2 right there are going to probably do the same. Though.
I would hope that they move back.
Yeah, I don't think.
I hope that these ARC troopers here, seeing these B2s, are going to move. But if they don't, then this might turn on its head, and I'm gonna be like, God, Mike, what are you doing?
Okay, Maul deciding to get back in the game now.
Oh, yeah.
Fire and 6 white Haas when they come.
One turn a little late, but
yeah.
Why can't he jump back there?
Yeah, isn't where he was originally?
Just a little too far. No, he wasn't. He was down on the southern end of that pond there.
I mean, I guess he can
And
saber
what's his
throw for
range?
suppression. Range 2.
Next turn, maybe.
Maybe he can saber throw with the third action.
Well, right. If he can kill yellow and pick off one other unit, he's back in this.
Move,
And-
saber throw with Maul is definitely valid on 6.
Yeah.
And there's also those B2s, you know, could potentially blow up some sort of clone.
Yep.
To enter Timbo, I believe that the only card that Mike hasn't played is
Attack of the Clones, yeah. So Attack of the Clones
Yeah.
is coming on 6 here. So you can remove even more suppression.
Yeah, there goes those ARC troopers, rightfully so.
Yep, they're gonna flee.
Getting out of there. Man, oh man, what a game though.
It's been okay, so they're gonna come in and they're gonna do suppressive attack probably.
I guess technically speaking, Call Me Captain is still in the deck, but
That is true.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, that's right.
They both have 2 cards because of double standing.
The probe droids.
Oh,
tap the VAP.
are they gonna tap the Vaporator?
Probe droids next turn could tap the VAP.
Yep. Oh
And
my
just-
goodness. 60 chest.
They died to a stiff breeze.
They would die to any shot, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they tap that VAP, points don't matter anymore.
Yeah. This
Yeah,
is
'cause
7.
Yeah, because orange is not close enough.
Yeah.
Mike might have to play Call Me Captain out of principle.
Yeah,
Right,
he
'cause
might have
this
to play
would
Call Me
have-
Captain, yeah.
Right? Because orange is too far to move shoot or move tap. No one is close enough to single move and touch
Did
this
orange
besides the
activate
probe
yet,
droids.
though?
And
I don't think orange activated.
okay.
So I think he can fix it.
Orange hasn't activated.
I don't think so.
I would move up and go.
Move up and
cohere forward.
Carry forward and kill the DRKs.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
That's what
Easy.
Right, because you can go here forward as long as that Mars in there and take the Mars and all, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you for the posture check, Skins 1924. Definitely needed at this late hour since we've been at this for almost 3.5 hours.
I'll get up.
Yeah.
Get there. Oh,
Get up.
Everybody's slouching.
Get up. We're all slouching. Maul is far away from the battle, unfortunately.
Yeah. That
All-
turn where he retreated, if he would have gotten pink out of there, he would have been okay, but leaving pink.
Range on attacks is unit leader to nearest mini, but the range on incognito is not. It is mini to mini.
Yep. So you can crack that range one by forward cohering.
So you can
Because you lose the token of incognito.
exactly. Five
So you
now.
measure incognito from the probe droids to the unit, not from the unit to probe droids. Actually, I guess that order doesn't matter because when you're doing range for that kind of effect. All right, just continuing to pull back.
Yep. Continuing to defend as he needs to.
So
108
right,
points
Kyle
ahead.
needs to peek around this corner, blow pink off the table with one of his 1-pips, and then that B2 needs to survive.
And points
along
destroyed.
with this yellow.
Points destroyed is
Cannon.
108 to 0.
Yeah, he just needs to kill any 2 things since clones are so expensive.
Chess clocks are paused.
What do they have for time? I haven't looked in a while, actually.
They got 15 minutes each.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
plenty.
15 minutes each. All right. As the turn
This
turns
turn went
over
quick.
here, what are they going to bring us?
Oh, so the orange did activate.
They did, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is no one can tap that VAP if the probe droid gets there.
Duel
So
the
they're both
Fates
gonna
versus
one-pip.
Call Me Captain. It's a
Oh.
roll off.
I think
If-
that
if
you just go with the probe droid and tap that thing, right?
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
Mike
yeah.
Can't,
You go with
Mike
the
has
probe
no
droids
one
and
that's
tap
in
it.
range to move tap.
Yep.
and
there's
all that
there's-
suppression on yellow is huge right now.
And Mike
Yeah.
wins the rally though.
Yeah, that is true.
So
He
you
has
can,
3
so you can now
suppression.
shoot off the DRKs and just
You
kill
just-
them.
Do you just like?
Maybe you go with Maul and you just hit yellow, and then with the DRKs, but no, other stuff could shoot the DRKs. I think
Yeah.
you gotta move, tap it, and just bank on him clearing no suppression.
Where's orange?
Oh no, but he's not gonna. He's only have 1 action that way.
He
right?
doesn't have
Can
he doesn't have priority. Orange should just move, shoot the DRK droids and kill them.
No, can he double move and engage the probe droids and melee lock them?
He can.
That's what I would do.
Okay, yeah,
personally.
that's safer. You're right. Don't shoot, just melee.
Just double move melee and lock them in.
Does he see it though?
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I mean,
This
he's-
could be
he's still
another
got
game
3
of Kyle
suppression
clutching
on
it at the
yellow
very
there.
end.
Oh, can orange double move? Oh boy.
Orange can double
Yeah,
move, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
orange
yeah,
can
they
double
can-
move
they
and
can- they
melee
can do
lock
it.
them.
Yeah.
That way you're
But
not
he's not-
relying on dice to.
He's
to
not
kill
giving
them.
an order to orange.
Nope, orange does not have an order.
So maybe he doesn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could be Kyle again at the last moment with a cheeky objective play, right? His last game,
armchair
same thing. He
we're
blocked
armchair
the pickup.
quarterbacking. It's easier, and Mike's not seeing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle giving orders now.
I mean, this
Only
was
to
the whole
Maul.
threat, right? With this VAP. Will this VAP be the death of him? So he's
Dash
giving
on the
order
clock
to
again.
Maul.
15 minutes per side left. It is turn 6.
Yeah, they got.
Does he remember that he oh, that's a good point. Does he remember that he has hollow projectors?
It looks like he did not
like
remember.
he-
He's just
no, he
going
already
with-
popped
He's
them. He
going
already
with yellow.
popped them.
Okay.
Is he gonna try and body block?
Gonna try to
The
rally
Big
here.
rally. Fails it. One
Oh,
action.
so they get one action. So is he gonna
They're
attack
gonna just
it?
move
He's
in
gonna go
melee.
Oh, he's gonna
melee.
move in melee. Yeah,
melee.
Perfect.
yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
All right, so he does have the right range.
There
Okay.
it is. Yep. Moving in melee, blocking the VAP play.
All right. Well, that's pretty much GG.
Well, he's now fed that unit to Maul effectively.
Well, yeah, he can move
That is
forward, force push, and then saber throw them.
Oh,
so
wait,
honestly,
he can
the
force
DRK
push
droid,
he can
those
force
probe
push him out.
droids-
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
those probe droids can still tap that VAP. He's not out of the
Another
woods yet.
save.
Is Incognito broken
So-
though? At this point?
No,
but here's the
No.
thing: is so
wait, yeah, because they're at range 1, right? They're in melee, so yeah.
Right. So
no,
Incognito
so
is
he
broken.
force pushes the clone troopers out of melee with the DRKs, and then goes to the DRKs last and taps that VAP. The DRKs now can't be shot off the board.
Right. Maul,
This-
Right?
Maul
Maul
can
can
push.
force push the clones out of that
Yeah,
melee,
Maul
Oh,
can drag
bring
the
up the
clones away.
DRKs. Now he just plays with everything, waits until he has just snipers in his stack, and does that as
Well,
late as he can.
he has to wait until he pulls one SF out, and then Maul has to go because it'll
Wait,
just
can
be
you-
the snipers.
Can you do objectives?
No, Incognito
with
is still active
Incognito?
because there was no attack given. We're just thinking of it the way because you can get to range 1 for an attack.
Yeah, but you can
Incognito's
still
still
tap
active.
the VAP with Incognito.
Yeah, Incog
right?
doesn't break here. Yeah. Orange.
So-
I think Orange will have to body block the Evaporator.
Yeah,
Yeah. The thing is, if Mike doesn't see that and Kyle pushes it out too early, right? So the thing is, if Kyle might be thinking, does Mike see this? Because if he does, then I want to wait to push those clones out for the move. But if he does see it coming, then he should rush it right before the clones
Kyle-
move there.
Kyle effectively needs to take both these B2s. And I think, honest to God, he should leave them in the wide open. And it forces Mike to see red and shoot those B2s. That way, Mike isn't taking standbys for the clones to shoot the DRK droids.
Right. Exactly.
Like,
Make him
Mike
choose.
see red. Make him see red.
He's
Like,
even hiding.
Make him
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to
No,
shoot.
he's not even gonna hide. He's just gonna go for it. He's like, I
Play
gotta
the objective
eliminate.
game now. Yeah.
I have to eliminate Pink here.
Well, if he does kill Pink, right, then Maul can shred those other clones.
Yeah,
potentially.
and Maul wouldn't even need
Kyle
to
has
worry
a
about
few
the-
outs now. It's way closer.
Yeah,
than
it's so
expected
much
now.
closer now. It's 5 spending the surge on offense. Dodge is being
That-
spent as well. 5 down to 3. Yep. Oh,
Can't
And-
land those
these
blows.
red
Oh my
saves.
gosh. oh, I think he's close to 100%.
I still think it's fine. Just put those. Honestly, I would have put those B2s in the open. They're just make Mike just want to
I
shoot.
think Mike is on 90%.
That's disgusting.
And he's moving back over there. He's not fading people to block this VAP.
He's just gonna dodge up even
Just
more
getting
and tank it
dodges.
out. He's just gonna share dodge, tank the B2 Haas.
Right? Does he know that he needs to body
Pink should
block
have
that? Like, does he
suppression. They didn't
realize
put it
that
on.
the clones can be pushed out? Because does Mike play Force users a lot? Right? I guess he plays Vader.
He
But
does
he
play
see-
Vader.
He may not realize though that those probe droids, right, can just Maul can fling those guys right off the probes while killing them, kill them, and free up the probe droids.
It is currently 13 minutes 27 for Kyle, 12 minutes 46 for Mike.
Yeah, we got a lot of clock time.
There's
You're fine.
a pretty significant amount of clock time, but not a lot of tank time. They have to keep it moving.
That might just be just out. of where those droids can get. So that is not going to work. And so they're just going to dodge
They're
up
just
there.
gonna
That's
dodge.
it.
Wow. And Special Forces ARC Trooper coming. I mean, how awful would it be if if Maul just gets bodied here by a massively aimed clone shot? Or more to the point, the blue B2s.
See, I think this is fine. Like,
there's that
let
one.
those B2s get shot.
That one ace play.
Yeah, like let Mike see red, take the shots, don't take any standbys. Like orange is definitely at a range where like a standby would probably trigger at range one of those.
I mean, he's fishing for orange right now. He's got to be. He's trying to get orange. This is the final push right here from the droids into the enemy lines to try to break this turtle.
These teal guys just going to be able to move up, get to range 3, probably on pink, maybe take a shot that way.
Yeah, I mean, the game is still, I think, coming down to those DRK droids in the end.
Kyle's burning up some clock here.
There's not many ways to knock it off.
Or can't necessarily afford to burn
Nope,
this clock.
just
Oh, and he's just gonna stand by.
Just
He doesn't have a Ha to fire. He knows those
just
guys
pass. There's no point.
Oh, but those Ha should have recovered. They should have cycled last round, shouldn't they?
I think so. Yes.
Oh man.
No, he shot.
They shot
here's
yellow.
the body block. Though.
Yeah, they shot. They shot.
Oh, that's right. Those were shot.
I don't think he sees the body block here unless he tried to get orange there. Now what's he gonna do?
Okay,
there it is.
I think he sees it. Okay,
he sees it. Body block. There it is. That should seal the deal.
Where's the BX droid? The BX already gone, right?
They already went. Yep.
Yeah.
So, but Maul could saber throw orange, make an opening for the DRKs, and then force push.
That's his play. That's his play. He has to move, force
12
push,
minutes
and saber
on
throw.
each clock.
Yeah.
Or 12 for Kyle.
Oh, taking the dodge, making it so they have.
Yep.
He can definitely do it too.
Well, those clones do have 2 dodges, so he needs to get at least 3 hits.
This is no. This I don't think he wanted to act. I think this was the turn to activate Maul, though.
Yeah.
Before there's more dodges potentially.
Before there's more dodges that way on orange, yeah.
Right.
I mean, he's gonna throw 4 red. You gotta hope a crit goes through, right?
Yeah, that's really all he's got is to land on a crit.
Pink with the missing suppression, but it hardly matters
so
here.
He needs 3 hits, which is average for reds. But if there's one more dodge that comes through that,
this is gonna be freaking wild.
I know it's so close. I mean, we were talking about how this VAP it might come down to it.
I mean, how do you,
despite Maul retreating?
So how does Kyle even win this right now?
Kyle moves, saber throws orange, kills at least 2 models because he needs
to free it up. Force pushes and then the DRK droids
and force pushes, or he just goes where he can't see that orange one. Well,
but he has to kill 2 minis with saber throw, so he needs 4 hits.
No, because as soon as he touches that terrain piece, those guys aren't in heavy cover.
They're not in heavy cover anymore.
They have 2 dodges.
They have 2 dodges, yeah. So he needs 4 hits, no matter what.
But because there's one in the back, unless he can't see that one in the back.
That's what they're looking at right now.
Oh, yeah. So if he can position himself where he doesn't see that one, he only needs 1 hit. And then he's touching that rock, so they won't be in cover.
He's got precision scopes.
Or no, that's he's got the sorry, not O push.
Here it comes. This may be the game right here.
Gets all 4.
Whoa,
he lands
it.
He lands on 4.
And so, yep, that's Pierce 2. 2 going down. Opening it up, and now he's going to force push the DRKs.
Oh my goodness.
Did Kyle just win right here?
Did Kyle? I think he might have.
Yep, and so...
Okay, he's looking for the range.
But Dashz can kill...
Dash can kill... He can kill
ones,
the ones that are not... I think he might have removed that incorrectly. Yeah, he's calling him out. He has to willfully kill the Z6. Kill the Z6 because it doesn't matter.
He can't kill the leader either. Get that shit out of
there.
there.
He can't kill the leader. No. Can't kill the leader.
Right. Can we intervene? Do we have a judge in the chat?
What happened? I'm sorry.
He killed the unit leader.
He killed the unit leader.
Is anyone in here a judge?
Yeah. Is anyone here a judge? Can you tell them He can't kill the unit leader.
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah.
Yeah, he cannot kill the unit leader.
I'm just gonna say it in the chat.
Uh,
Right? Can we?
No.
It's a unit leader.
I do think that that's something we should step in on if that's the case.
Yeah, if there's no one there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Can anyone PM them on Discord who's a judge or something?
Yeah.
He just killed the unit.
Neiman's giving you the go ahead, David.
All right, go ahead. Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
We got the go ahead from the judges, so
Good
letting them know
gravy.
they're resetting it.
Good gravy.
And so the tossing the unit back because this will now result in.
Okay, so now
They still have
he has to kill
incognito.
the DRKs with his aim shot. That's the
But
but
he
he
can't.
can't because
He
it's
can't get to where he
incognito.
wants.
Oh my
He has
god.
to
He
move
can't get rid of the
standby and hook-
incognito.
No, so he's gonna
But, like-
body block with the other unit. No, he's just gonna body block with the other unit. Rip.
Ah.
All right.
Rip.
Rip.
This game,
This
man.
game.
Hey, this
Come on.
is some good Legion, though, right? We all said while it's patient play at the beginning, as soon as stuff goes down.
GG from
GG.
Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle
GG.
taps out. That's the end
Oh
of it.
man!
All right, Dashz
what a
is going to take
game.
the this second round of the Notorious Scoundrels Civil War.
GG.
Oh my goodness.
Man, my heart's beating out. I wasn't even playing this game.
Same here. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me give the points out. Holy crap. So we had a total of 57,000 channel points, and anybody betting on Mike is getting 2.7 back.
Ooh, man.
That's some payout right
Some
there.
good odds.
Very good odds.
2.7 back.
2.7
Nice.
back. Yep. So 2.7 back.
What a game of Legion.
What a game.
What were you doing?
Oh,
Kyle.
Maul.
Kyle.
Kyle.
Damn it, Kyle.
Oh man.
Jeez.
Well,
done.
yeah, no, very exciting aim to a relatively passive game of Legion here today. A lot of back and forth. Very interesting to see some of the plays from both sides of the table. Dashz, maybe even just keeping his cool the entire time, knowing that
Yeah.
he could eventually take that Clankers turn.
And they're
Manages
channel
to
2.
find those kills, and there it is.
Let's join channel
Yeah, they're all in
2.
channel 2.
Oh,
Should we
alright.
meet ourselves on Zoom?
No,
Okay.
you can actually.
Nobody knows
Yeah,
how
we have
this
to mute
works.
yourselves on Zoom.
Okay, all right.
For an
Hello?
ending.
Hey, are we having a party in here?
What a
Is that what's going
game.
on?
It's a party now. Holy moly.
Yeah. No, that was stressful. That was really stressful.
Man, I was stressed for you guys. I wasn't even in that game. My heart is beating.
Like at one point I said to David, I was like, David, you know that Mike is sitting there, he's flipping his hair over, he's getting like the huff and puffing going, and he's like trying to figure out how to get in there on Kyle, and then it finally opened up for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I was able to kind of sweep around the flank there, and I think getting Maul to run away really opened up the game.
I'm also
Getting
of the
Maul
same
to
camp.
run away. Hang on a second. That was a willful disengage.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
totally.
Kyle, what happened there, man? Tell us.
I mean, he can't reach anything because the only thing I could reach, moved out on the first activation of that turn, and that position he was in, he could hit me with, at least 5, if not 6 or 7 other units. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I needed to just lean on the red saves there because you can't hide from take that clankers, clearly. But yeah, I don't know.
That's fair, man. It's fair.
It's fair. Yeah.
We were all just wondering where Maul went. Where do you go?
My plan A there was definitely to. It was I was trying to zone this VAP, but I was telling Mike, like I won the priority roll on the previous turn, so I had to go first, and he was able to move tap that VAP safely after Maul had gone, and then lost the priority roll on the following turn.
Right,
so
the
I couldn't
crucial
in-game.
turns.
Yeah. And I definitely would have taken a standby this time.
What was the thought with that pink B1 choosing to go with the probe droids before that? Did you just not see that shot coming around the corner, or?
I mean, it wasn't just the pink B1. The yellow guys, I don't remember which. There was at least 2 B1s here where he could see all of them. So
that's a fair point. No matter which one he was shooting at, he would have cleared him off the board with that shot.
Yeah, and I think it was possible he could have seen all 3 because of the high angle there.
Well,
yeah, I think I might have had the silhouette. Like even right now, I think I might have had the silhouettes on yellow. It would have been close, I think.
What do we think is the underlying lesson here? Is it that you cannot play
clones?
You can't. No, that's not. No, that's a troll. Okay, that's the troll answer. Okay, thank you.
Sorry,
thank you, Peanut Gallery. But I mean, I'm trying to make a point here. Do you play this defensively in the future? Because you know that VAPS is not, while ostensibly it is blue advantaged, it is on a knife edge. And against Clankers, an army that is notorious for its high damage output on single attacks, overwhelming your defenses with its multiple aims, do you actually pick this next time, or do you cancel to payload?
Well, I had passed on my first veto, so I actually it was this or I think hostage.
But I mean, would you have preferred payload over it?
Oh yeah, I mean payload was in the 3rd slot. I probably should have just double vetoed to payload.
Yes.
When I saw it, to be honest, that was the thing that scared me the most when those cards flipped this up.
This was discussed before cast and ended up being discussed in the cast. Is that I said, and it was looking good for you for a while, Kyle, is that you were going to want a VAPS game because it's how your mind operates, but ultimately you probably should go for payload. This is before cards were shown. Like, this is the 4 of us talking before this cast even started. Payload ends up in the 3rd slot, and I'm like, thinking in my head, Kyle is going to want VAPS here because it's just what he loves, but he should push the payload. And I think, you probably should have gone to payload, and maybe you do in the future. That's pretty much what David was getting at. Because
I mean, in Kyle's defense, like I feel like I was feeling, we were talking, or David, you and Jay were talking about, feeling, waiting for the opening and getting frustrated and stuff. I was definitely frustrated before the TTC turn.
Yeah.
And
so were we.
It was palpable.
Yeah. And so I just I think that there's a world where that turn doesn't open up as well for me, right?
Certainly.
And I think that this is a very different game if that turn does not go as well as it did.
Well, and really, it was the tail end of that turn where you're able to cohere one guy with whatever that was, 6 aims to see my last B1 here.
Yeah.
To TTC a crit on him because I can kill these guys. If I'm only down 1 activation on this turn, I force push them and I saber throw them and they die because they're not nearing any dodges. So it was actually that 2nd activation that was the difference rather than the first one.
Oh, totally. I mean, the difference between 2 B1s and 1 B1 is huge because I can afford to take a loss. Because I don't think there's anything in my army that is more expensive than that. Maybe
Mike, I have a question for you on that placement. Was your original plan to go up the hill and try and take Clankers off the hill and then realize the sidelines
my
sucked?
strategy changed. It wasn't as good a position as I thought it was going to be. I did not expect him to infiltrate Maul as early as he did, which I probably should have. I thought I was going to be able to zone Maul out with an early scouting party, frankly. But Maul ended up within range 3 of my deployment, basically. So I was kind of like, this is a lot less good than I wanted it to be.
Yep.
So I was thinking, like, there was, I don't know how to say it. I feel like these B2s had an opportunity to punish, but then just couldn't somehow.
So I wanted to throw this out there. What do you think of Vigilance now, David?
Vigilance is better. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't even Vigilance, though. It was like just...
It was Vigilance.
Was it Vigilance? Okay.
Well, so the thing is that, like, I went into the start of each turn with 2 dodge tokens up, which like basically gave me heavy cover from all of his shots before he could do anything.
So
right?
it's not okay. So it's not even SA. It's Vigilance.
I think it's Vigilance. I mean, I've been kind of on the like SA is like nice to have, but like
you don't even need it.
Sorry, I was pointing you out because you said I should take strict and stuff.
I did. I would have preferred strict, but yeah, Vigilance turned out to be better, specifically because you were up against cover denial weapons.
Oh, totally.
That is true.
I definitely Vigilance was like an ace in the hole against the B2s. I felt like because as long as I wasn't taking range 2 shots, like 2 dodge tokens is all I need to make those Haas like kind of wimpy.
Yeah, it definitely nerfs the range 3 shot for sure.
Yeah, I mean two dodges and every single red save you can land. I mean, it was great.
I mean, well,
I will say
I was gonna say
I'm not gonna complain.
2 saves, I think.
I was gonna say there just were not enough saves rolled.
Also fair.
Because the law of averages didn't have enough time to kick in.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, if we're going to talk about variance and understanding variance, random. This is actually indicative that the dice are actually fair because randomness tends to streak. True randomness.
Yeah. No, totally.
Yeah. So anyway, not to be a total math nerd about this stuff. I'm explaining in a very poor way. I'm sure Kyle's rolling his eyes.
This was a very, very close game, even down to the last few activations. Like if like I pulled something out of the stack in the wrong order, like those probe droids were, threatening that.
He had the knife to your throat all the way, even though he seemed scattered and broken. The slow knife was lurking. It was definitely a good game, and it was fun.
It was definitely fun to watch we had a good time, talking existentially about the game for the first 4 turns, and then for the last 2, it was fantastic.
Yes,
because this was going to be a chess match when you signed up.
We knew.
That's what we got.
We had 4 people. All right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm sure when you guys saw Sabotage, you knew it was going to be more of a chess match than it probably would have been otherwise.
Definitely.
An absolute Kyle chess match the entire game.
Neither player wants to
the best Legion to watch, though, right?
Maneuvering
at high level.
This is why I love Sabotage, is that like whether you're blue or red, like it literally is a chess match, right? As opposed to some of the other objectives are like sometimes they get a little wild, which is cool. It's Legion, right? But Sabotage is very like you make one mistake and this game is over, right?
Oh yeah, 110%.
Yeah, and we were talking about your styles, like how Kyle turned major offensive into long march. How your style is more about loading up on aims and throwing dice at his face in a mean way. And Kyle was essentially taking that away for you for 4 turns, right? Yeah. Like what you wanted to do was just toss dice at him at any possible chance you can get. And he was trying to take that away from you as long as he could until the floodgates opened, essentially.
Yeah, honestly, the B2s around the corner between heavy cover, a dodge token, and armor really was grinding my gears.
Nothing was going through that.
Yeah, it was when you started splitting out your clones to go to that hills. Mike is doing things he normally wouldn't do. Like he's trying to find ways to get in. I know how you are. You like to keep them in the ball and keep the tokens, but you started to branch out to just try and do what you could and force engagement, right?
I mean, I had to get aggressive at some point, Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You managed to you had to stick your neck out at some point, but you managed not to get it cut off thanks to vigilance and thanks to Maul rolling actually rather badly and taking wounds early, and so he retreated towards the back after taking wounds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and I'm sure Kyle saw that shot earlier than that, but Like I had like 3 more core units that could do the same thing.
Yeah.
I think that like even if he doesn't take wounds there, I would imagine you probably just got to back up. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, go ahead, Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, the second you moved his only safe harbor away from him, I knew that I had to reposition him somewhere else. And the gaps on this map are really big.
They really are, yeah.
Like, it would be nice if I could get him behind here, but it's just, 12 inches
it's
is
too
like
far.
Is like here. So, and I couldn't, like over here was not an option. So yeah, it was basically he would have ended up in a similar spot, I think, even if he took no wounds on that shot. I had considered like putting him over here, but the terrain rules are so weird. Like, he could be here, and Mike still had at least 2 squads that could basically move up on top of this hill and shoot Maul, and it would have been no cover because this is one giant terrain piece.
Yeah, that's another thing too, is that you have this is one piece. It's not multiple.
Yeah, so I would have loved to put him like,
right, like right there
before the game to see if this box was less than 45 degrees, and it is.
Yeah,
it is.
It is. You can actually jump off it. That's actually super thematic, right? It's like a Force user jumping off a box sunken in toxic liquid to go to another height level. That's super themey.
But he's still getting pasted by any core units that move up onto this hill and shoot him. So
yeah,
and I probably should have just vetoed the payload because Vaps really sort of emphasizes Clone's strengths in that chess match where you can essentially backload all your defense and your damage to 1 or 2 units.
yeah.
Yep. And he outranged you.
Well, yeah.
Right. He also outranged you on average.
Yeah. So yeah. Definitely should have just vetoed
Mike,
the payload.
I gotta say congratulations. Good game.
Thank you.
And Kyle, you as well. And I will look forward to seeing what's around the corner here. This is going to put you into the semifinals. Is that right?
Top 4.
So.
Yeah, semifinals. So the top 4 is. So you're on your way to possibly another runner-up, possibly another championship.
Yeah, we'll see. Definitely, I'm happy with how this season is going, particularly after last season.
Yeah, absolutely. After losing right at the finish line.
Yeah,
bridesmaid.
I just top 8 twice in a row. Frankly,
that's an achievement. I mean, Invader people we don't say it often enough. Invader League is the toughest tournament in the world.
Yeah,
there's no higher level tournament than this. Even Worlds, in theory, was not quite as difficult. The only Worlds we ever had.
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone that was at Worlds was also here, but Invader League also has like another 800 other people.
Right, it's just the field is so much larger, and the potential list you might face so much larger. But I think we are going to wrap it up at that. So thank you, gentlemen, once again. Thank you to the crew that casted tonight. Thank you, Zach, Lucas, and Eric for casting with us. Thank you, Mike and Kyle. And this has been, we're going to wrap it up here. This is the Notorious Scoundrels Civil War 2 presented by the Fifth Trooper and Yavinbase, or at least this has been that. And thanks everybody that donated to the stream today. Thanks all the subs, all the bits. It's been a tremendous ride. So we will see you all next time with more Invader League Season 6 action. Please make sure to visit thefifthtrooper.com, check out the store, do all that good stuff. Follow their social medias. We'll have the social media link up on the channel momentarily, so you can all go there and hit them up, give them your follows, likes, and possibly do some shopping at the store there.
Before we go, can everybody just wish Kyle Dornbos happy birthday?
Yes, one more time. Let's wish Kyle a happy birthday. Absolutely.
Happy birthday, Kyle.
Happy birthday, Kyle. Don't sing. He's like, no, please. Please, no.
Go check the VOD at about turn 2, and you might hear something.
Yeah, you might hear something. Yeah.
Good for that board, I feel.
All right, dude, we like you. Don't worry about it.
All right, well, thanks for casting, guys.
Absolutely, our pleasure.
Of course, it was a pleasure. Really fun game to watch.
All right, guys.
Congrats, Mike. Good luck in the forthcoming game.
Thanks. That was a good game, man.
All right, we're out of here. Ciao.